Do you?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
Could you repeat that again for the cameras?
I wish I was an orc.
You wish you were an orc, he said.
Right.
Let's unpack this.
Because right now I'm just a goblin. You see?
So we're talking orc with a K, like Warhammer style orc.
Yeah.
I'm trying to level up.
Goblin D's nuts.
Yeah,
Hey, air horns. Welcome to the Beefy Boys, everyone. How we doing? How we feeling? How we living?
Yeah. Well, I just lost about 20 games of Rune Draw, so not great.
Okay. How's everyone else doing?
Fine.
Just fine? Would you like to elucidate on that?
No, not really.
You're just fine. You're not stupendous. You're not
No.
living large and in charge. Why are you not?
I mean, I don't know. It's a good question.
Are you blackbelting right now?
I'm kind of always blackbilling, actually.
Jesus. Yeah, you're.
You spent all this time. You had the precursor, taking a big old fat shit, and you're not feeling like great and ready to go after that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. I thought I had to shit, but I actually didn't. So, if that's
you didn't drop that pre-game dump.
It felt like it was coming on, and then nothing happened. I just kind of farted.
Okay,
so.
well that's it for this. We might as well just shut it down. Like that's it for this one.
No, it's not great. I mean, it's definitely like a sort of like blue balls when it happens.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
So we're live on a Thursday night, as astute viewers might notice.
Right, these fucking quitters decided to push the show back a day.
Well, someone was on the phone with mommy.
Well, sure, but at
someone
the same
was
time,
on the phone with mommy.
At the same time, starting the show an hour late yesterday wouldn't have really been a big deal, considering, you know.
Someone had to be on the phone with mommy.
You wish you were on the phone with mommy.
You damn right, dude. You damn right. Man.
Yeah. You should definitely call your mom, though. Anybody watching who hasn't called their mom lately, call your mom.
To quote Bear Bryant, I sure wish I could call my mama.
Damn straight.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can too.
Yeah, I actually can. In fact, I went to McDonald's with her just a minute ago.
All right. What'd you get from the Maccas?
I got a double QB, double QP, 2QP.
I'm a double cheeseburger guy over the double QP. Oddly enough.
Okay, well that's insane, but whatever.
I guess they call it the McDouble now. Is that the name for it?
It's different.
It probably shouldn't be.
The McDouble is 2 meats, 1 cheese. The double cheeseburger or whatever has 2 of each.
Some things are sacrosanct.
I'm a traditionalist at heart.
So the main reason to order McDouble is because if you order multiples, you get a deal on them.
Yeah, but they're skimping on the cheese.
Right, but like proportion, like it's enough cheese and proportionate to like what you're getting, it's still like a way better deal. Of course, somebody like Tony, he just he removes that even 1 slice of cheese, which makes the value worse, unfortunately. But
can I get a McDouble with no cheese?
You should be shot if you say if those words come out of your mouth. It should be legal to shoot you.
I don't have to speak it because I ordered the app.
We just use the app.
God, it's such Zoomers.
It's not a Zoomer thing. It's like sometimes if you want the best deals, you have to use the app for something.
Yeah, what if I want rewards?
Because I don't. You know what? I don't want rewards because I only have one reward that's waiting for me in the afterlife. I don't need any earthly rewards.
It sounds like cope.
Oh, it's also because I'm not poor. So.
It's not even like a poor thing, though. It's literally free food if you do this.
They do be pushing that app, though. It's like the fast food equivalent of the self-checkout lane.
Nothing's free.
The app's pretty good. The app at McDonald's is pretty good. The app for Taco Bell is pretty good. There's some good apps out there.
Y'all trying to sell me on apps. My brother in Christ, literally like a year ago, I was thinking, man, I should get a phone that like doesn't even have apps on it.
Well, they do make those.
I feel like that would improve my life significantly.
You going back to the flip phone there, you fucking boomer?
Yeah. Dude, if I could go back to like flip phones, I feel like that's when we peaked as a country.
They do make like smartphones that are like they're still like it's still a smartphone screen, but it's like black and white and it has like restrictions.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I actually really liked it. Yeah,
yeah, it's like it's meant to like reduce the dopamine you get from using it and shit. So
it just sounds like it's a cope for poor people.
No, it's a people. It's for.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a poor person thing because I think for what it's offering, it's actually kind of overpriced.
Yeah, it's not actually that cheap because it's a highly specialized product. It's for people who are a little bit more spiritually aware.
That right.
For criminals.
How is it for criminals?
Like it's for criminals and poor people to me.
How is it for criminals? Criminals use like shitty like payphones from Dollar Store.
Use that Boost Mobile.
Because it's made by the feds.
I don't think it is. True. I think it's actually
so true.
I think it's actually the opposite of the feds.
No, it's
so true, it's so real.
It's made by the feds. Anything if a phone you think is not made by the feds, it's made by the feds.
Have y'all ever considered that y'all are the most retarded people I know?
Yeah. But we're the only people you know.
That's not true. I have several other different friend groups.
Yeah, you don't talk to them though.
That's true. Actually, no.
You also hate them.
I don't hate all of them. I just hate most of them. I don't hate the photo friends.
Yet.
Give
it a few years.
Well, yeah, they're currently on a one or two of them have taken up the realization that they want to try and find me someone to marry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's where we're at in that community.
And that someone is Enrique.
That someone is Enrique. Have you seen him in a French maid dress though? I mean, Mans fills it out.
I think I have. Have I?
I think I've probably posted the picture.
Was that the video that I saw?
He showed his cock today. I didn't see it. No one else really saw it. Only a couple of people saw it.
Big cock watcher?
No, but he has been informed by the moderators of the community that he he will not be unmuted until he shows that hog for 5 full uninterrupted seconds.
That's probably allowed by Discord terms of service too, if you think.
Well, I mean, he's a grown adult. He's like 27 or something. So.
Well, yeah, he might be too old to show his cock on Discord.
That's a good point. Yeah. So, man, motley crew, but hey, we're not here to talk about them tonight. I mean, we could, but honestly, I think it'd be funnier if we had someone on from that group one day.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was gonna say that the other day too, like, because sometimes we do run out of shit to talk about, and especially this time of year, because I feel like first quarter is really slow. Like, there's a point where we do need to maybe consider guest stars.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say we've had this show now for just a little over 2 years, right? And we have had like what 2 like guests for segments, and then maybe I think we've had a couple of people that like called in, and then we had them come in, but no like pre-planned guests.
All right.
And yeah, I think we need to finally like hook someone, right, and be like, hey, come on our show. All 7 of our loyal viewers, maybe 6 if it's if it's a slow night, will love to hear what you got to say, right? Because I feel like that's the way you like grow a show. Because we're not really growers around here, right? We're showers, but we need to be growers because we need to grow the show.
So how do you pitch that? You call it a low pressure atmosphere?
Low pressure atmosphere, no.
Except we're lying about that because we're gonna press them.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But they don't need to find out about that until they're here.
Or until they're pressed, yeah.
Right.
I also like the thing Devin has talked about sometimes, like trying to get like people we argue with online to come onto the show.
Yeah.
I would love to get this one retard that we've been talking to on Twitter on here, but it's a woman, and I have a strict no woman policy on this show. So.
Yeah, she's a fucking moron.
Man. I love that. I kind of do love it. Like, honestly, it's not true. Obviously, everyone knows it's not true, but I just love when someone says something so freaking insane. Like, y'all remember that guy a couple of months ago, or not even a couple of months ago, like a month ago, that I was talking to about something, and he like vehemently denied the story about Constantine and the vision. Like, not even that it didn't happen, like that he didn't even have the vision, like whatever. He's trying to deny that Constantine had said he had a vision, and then that's what led to Christianity being decriminalized, which is that's a fact. That's literally a fact of history. That's how the church was formed. That's how the Vatican, the Pope, all that. Well, maybe not the Pope, but you know what I mean. Like That is an accepted fact. And he went, that's just something your stupid cult made up. It's like, huh? So I kind of love that, because it's like you have to be so mentally insane to take like shit that is like known facts and to go, that didn't happen. So like this retard, for context, people who don't know what I'm talking about, it had something to do with porn addiction, which that's always a fun one because people react to that viscerally, right? For one reason, because they're porn addicts. So, you know, you'll get into it with some people, and this one pagan retard has been trying to say something. So I made fun of them for being a pagan, of course, by posting the infamous picture of St. Boniface chopping down a tree, their stupid little gay little tree. And I was then informed that Boniface was a pedophile. This was news to me. So I did a little research. Turns out that's not true. That's not even remotely true. And it's literally just something they made up in their head and literally cannot even begin to like understand might not be true because they just made it up because they're just, well, let's see what the reality of it is. They're just butthurt. He cut down their gay little tree and all their gods are dead. So,
Right.
Well, Coomer headcanon in general is just, it's iffy at best.
Well, yeah, because what we've been saying is like Coomer mentality like reduces everything to like sex. So,
Right.
you know, to normal people, if you hear about some old timey stuff and like, you know, someone takes on a young man as their apprentice or their disciple or whatever, it's like, okay, that's good. Cool. The end. But a Coomer sees it and goes, I bet he's fucking him. I bet he's just fucking raw dogging him. Like, what, bro? What?
Right.
Huh?
Well,
Huh?
yeah, that's their whole thing, and it bleeds over into the leftoidism too. That
Right.
in order for their worldview to make sense, everybody has to be secretly, you know, degenerate sexually.
And of course, we here in wide verse, we have a name for this phenomenon. Devin, do you know what the name of that phenomenon would be?
The Corn's Piss Lolly paradox.
The Corn's Piss Lolly paradox, indeed. That states that you can tell a lot about a person's mentality by how they react to something cute and or innocuous. A normal person sees something cute and or innocuous and goes, okay, cool. A Coomer, degenerate, sees it and goes, I bet you want to fuck that, don't you? I bet you want to fuck it, don't you? And it has yet to fail me once. It is literally one of the most easily citable and provable phenomenons that I have coined or whatever.
I was reading that post a while back about how like possibly leftoids have like that issue where like their brains are miscalibrated and they like traditionally the idea is that like some people feel aggression when they see something cute, but I could also see like that somehow translating into like being weirdly horned or something, you know, for these people.
Well,
and,
that
like,
might just be the way the aggression manifests.
Right,
Well,
right, because
it's projection at its most base level, right?
Well, hold on. Let me actually pull up because the screenshot is really great of the original. Because I can never like my greatness is flash in the pan, right? I can never really 100% ever get it right every single time. So here's the original screenshot that led to this. When my name in Discord for some reason was Dr. Hyde T. Payne. Okay, whatever. And it's quotes, it's more about where their mind goes versus yours. Going back to the cute anime thing, I see a picture of, say, Kana from Maid Dragon, of course, an infamously cute character. And my brain goes, cute. It's playing on a part of my brain that probably is, you know, instilled even in men to see something cute and want, like, have a desire to protect it, right? Because, of course, we're designed to see babies and small children like that and go, okay, well, this is, you know, probably mine. More than likely, who knows, but probably I need to protect it because it's my young. It's cute. I'll protect it. That's why babies are cute to us. That's why our brain sees a baby, even if we don't really like babies, right? And something our brain goes, that's pretty cute. Yeah. Okay, cute. But you're right. And leftoids and people that are like fucked up, these people see that and go, oh yeah, but you want to raw dog her, huh? You want to rearrange her guts? Like, bro, that's your gut reaction? That's where your mind goes immediately? And Corns is the greatest example of that. Because Corns was, the piss light thing comes from
Made in Abyss.
Made in Abyss. And the author did have some odd fetishes.
He's a weirdo, but like, so Corrin's issue with it was that he was doing the thing where he lets a couple weird, like, jabbed out like weird bits kind of like detract from the part where the rest of the series is like really, really good, you know?
Right.
And the it's such a degree of preoccupation, especially because it was toned down a lot for the anime, that it's like it just kind of speaks to him hyper focusing on that.
Right. And then what is even supposed to be? Oh, this is a character from Adrenaline. So like if you see this and your immediate thought is, I bet some chud wants to fuck it, that's on you. That's not on us.
Yeah.
Don't project that onto us. We just think cute things are cute. That's why shit like everybody talks about like the K-On archetype, right? You know, the joke about K-On avatars. It's like, oh, they're just like hardcore fucking Nazis. Yeah, because weirdly enough, like Nazi rightoids kind of have like a higher degree of appreciation for cute things than non-rightoids do.
It also blends over into the discourse on like the war on beauty and how like people who like those things, like it's a very straightforward form of like aesthetics, right? Like it's not all warped into like ugly is beautiful the way it is in the West, because that's what they want us to believe now.
Mm-hmm. God, that had to have been one of my greatest posts of all time. Top 5. What was the other one that people on Fed? Oh, it was the one, the bot. Remember? Where I was like, I don't know what your problem is, but if my cock will solve it, I'll take that one for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put out some bangers there once in a while. Every once a full moon. Once a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, what do we got? What do we got on the agenda for tonight?
Well, are we gonna start? Are we doing an early or a late food chat today?
Let's go on food chat. Let's go on food chat. I talked a little bit about my Maccas, and that was pretty much the highlight of it for me. And by the highlight, I mean that's it for me.
It's crazy that you managed to go to McDonald's and you both didn't try the burgers that were upgraded, and you didn't try the weeb sauce.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit about the weeb sauce, and I don't want an upgrade burger. My burger's fine as it is. It's perfect.
Well,
it's been perfect for like 20-something years.
The quarter quarter pounder was upgraded a couple years ago, so it hasn't been the last 20 years that's been the same. They changed it a couple years ago.
The quarter pounder or the double quarter pounder?
Well, it's the patty that goes in the quarter pounder, and the double just has 2 of them. It's like they changed it to like a fresher patty a couple years ago, which is why occasionally these days it actually might be a little bit pink in the middle, because I
have actually noticed that, and it is on par better. It has more or less the same taste. The meat texture is a little bit better,
a little bit juicier. Like
it is a little bit juicy, and it's a little bit fresher actually. Because I noticed,
the thing is they're using like fresh beef or something for them now. So
I mean, like even fresh and like I don't know, it just tastes like warmer longer, if that makes sense. Yeah. But like I ate it, and like you hold up, and there's still vapor coming off, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so that was an upgrade a couple years ago, but then recently all of their thin patty burgers, like the double cheeseburgers, the McDoubles, and also the Big Mac have been upgraded. And I think they did something to change how they it's not really like a change in the meat necessarily, but they changed like how they prepare it or like how they hold it. And then they did upgrade the buns though, which was a recent topic of conversation for us, remarking that their buns were kind of, for the cheap burgers there, were kind of shitty. Mm-hmm. So apparently the new buns are better, and some other things changed. And then the weeb sauce, of course, the whole promo that McDonald's is doing right now is they have the WickDonald's thing where they're like kind of making a joke of how anime changes the name of fast food chains and stuff.
Right. Okay. That's the context of that.
Right. It's just
hang on real quick. I have a question about this weeb sauce. Because I saw a word that made me think of something. So this is the new version of the Soy Jack Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce, right?
A little bit. I mean, obviously the Rick and Morty thing was playing off of established IP, whereas the McDonald's thing is more of just like a generic anime reference, because that happens a lot in anime where it's like there'd be like a coffee shop in an anime and it'd be called like Garbucks.
Garbucks.
Yeah. So like it's a common phenomenon in anime, but it's not a specific property that they're referencing. So it's like not necessarily people soy facing over like, I don't know, like Pokemon or something, but apparently somebody in Sideboys tried it. Apparently they liked the sauce. So
well, they don't have good taste, so
Sure. Well, either way,
it is just the repackaged, rebranded Szechuan sauce, right? Like it's the same shit.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I ever tried the Szechuan sauce, so I don't quite know. I think this one's supposed to be like more aggressively gingery, among other things. So we'll see. Next time I go to our like local Walmart, McDonald's is right there. I'm probably gonna try both of the things that are new. So
okay, hang on. So it says savory chili McDonald's sauce.
Yeah, so apparently it's supposed to have a little bit of like garlic and spice to it, but apparently the dominant flavor is actually ginger, is what people were saying.
Yeah, so it says the unmistakable aroma and fiery warmth of ginger, lingering umami from garlic and soy sauce with a little pinch of heat from chili flakes.
Yeah.
So it's not the Szechuan, it's Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A is what it is.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to try it, but like I mean, it doesn't seem hard to modify a sauce recipe, right? Because I mean, the building blocks are all there. It's like, you make it sweet and sour, and then you add whatever aromatics, and that's like an Asian inspired sauce. Like, it's really simple to modify that. So I don't know, but if people like it, I'll find out. I'll try it eventually.
All I know is I have an employee who is convinced that she got COVID from this sauce.
I still don't get that.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah,
I still don't get that. Like, what's the basis for that?
The fact that nobody in and around Richlands, Virginia, really understands or gives a shit about anime.
Oh right, so
it was what I said. She saw katakana and thought it was Chinese.
Yeah, so she's doing the Chinese cartoons thing.
Oh no, she 100% thought it was Chinese, not Japanese.
Gee, oh my god. What are we talking? What are we talking here? BoomerCon, libtard, unaffiliated.
He called it COVID in a cup.
Well, I mean, that also
that feels libtardy.
It feels like it could be. Yeah, I mean, like a low info libtard, right? Like a.
You mean all of them?
Yeah. Because like I mean, we're racist sometimes, right? I think we can admit that. Like every now and then.
No.
Every now and then it slips out regretfully.
Not me.
No, yeah, not me. I've never said the N-word.
I do feel like just not being able to even like remotely tell Japan from China at this point in time, like with as big as Japanese and Chinese like products are these days, like in exposure to their cultures is these days. I feel like if you have no idea about the difference between them, still that's like a little racist even for me.
It's a little ray-ray.
Even by my standards.
It's funny you mentioned that because a handful of months ago, we got into the whole political talk because most of the people who work where I work are on the same side of the aisle, so to speak. Yeah. I mean, this is like the county that I'm in is probably 95% Trump supporters,
based
4% Blue Dog Democrats, and 1% renters. I'll leave it at that. So I had this brilliant idea because she's claiming that like she's the most like conservative traditional Republican in the whole place of employment. So I said, okay,
COVID in a cup lady.
Let's take a political compass test. So I just pulled up one of the basics. She then proceeds. We go through the whole. It was like what are those things, like 80 questions, give or take?
Oh, even that, yeah.
I walked her through every single question, but I did not lead her.
Sure.
Because she kept looking to me for guidance on some of the ones that she didn't understand, and I just told her, go with your gut.
Right.
Like, what does your instinct tell you? That's your answer.
Right.
So on those 80 questions, she proceeds to have about probably 37 woman moments.
That feels like on the low end, honestly.
And she was on the right side of a lot of stuff. But
okay.
Basically, any time that where the question calls for compassion,
right,
she defaulted to the woman default, the nurturer, right?
Sure.
So she was very, very surprised when she came out on the authoritarian leftist quadrant. I said, well, you were half right.
And then you sat down and cracked your knuckles and went, let me show you some shit.
So I started calling her Comrade Leanne. She gets really annoyed by
that. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Like, you fucking commie.
You fucking Soviet.
Yeah.
Start speaking to her in like a fake Russian accent.
He's definitely the only one in the whole place that's accidentally let a few racist things slip around the wrong people.
Ooh.
It's pretty funny when it happens too.
Couple of write-ups?
Well, she's the human resources, which makes it even better. Well, we don't have like a real human resources. We have like the office manager kind of de facto does that job.
Right, yeah.
And what really happens if somebody commits something related to an HR violation is I have to go talk to them.
Many such cases.
And I inform them of, I point to the nearest fence and tell them if they do or say that shit again, that they'll be hanging upside down from it.
Based.
That's how we handle HR in the
always falls to the boss, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, many such cases.
I see.
So yeah, the moral of the story is anybody who's coming out trying to talk that shit, just have them take a political compass, especially if it's a Foyd.
We should do a political compass one day on stream.
Oh, you could do that sometime.
We could do mine. It'd be some results.
Yeah,
the
I've
result
taken
will be Italian.
I've taken a couple, and the thing at the end doesn't even show a thing. It just pops up a screen at the end, and the text just says Hitler ? You've returned.
I get basically the same spot on every variation of the political compass that I take.
Yeah,
like I'm dead ass on the horizontal axis, but on the right side of the quadrant.
Speaking of those tests, I tell you what, I heard a word used in reference to me that I haven't heard in a long time. Really since Jack's been around.
No.
Dark triad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I did not miss him.
Fucked up, man.
Maybe I'm in the minority. Don't miss him at all.
No, I don't either, actually.
No, I hate that guy a lot.
I mean, I like him well enough. I don't hate him. But...
Yeah, well, that's because you're a pussy.
I think there's maybe been 2 or 3 in the whole like years of us all knowing each other, where Tony has actually sidebarred me because he knew that I was about to lose my shit.
Yeah. What was your point? Was it one of those poor me bullshit things?
The poor me. I'm a drinker who can't
Yeah.
get my life straight, and it's everybody's fault but mine. I'm just gonna drink more and whine and bitch and complain, and be poor in California.
My like $8,000 of debt is ruining my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8,000. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, okay, trade places with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Like,
get that.
If I had his situation, I'd have it cleaned up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me a fortnight for this bitch. That's over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, that's just it. That is how it is,
I don't know. I mean,
Here we go.
I'm not going to get into it.
Here we go.
All to say that, like, I understand how somebody can get that way, right? Like,
I can't.
He's obviously severely demoralized. Like,
Aren't we all?
Sure. That's
Except
all
me.
I'm saying.
It's impossible to demoralize me.
Well, there's a difference though between being like short-term demoralized and forever black-pilled.
Yeah.
Right. We've known that guy for how many years, and he never changed. Like,
No, not once. I feel like
there's a point where I'm just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Fuck off.
So we knew him. I mean, this sounds crazy to put it in this perspective, right? But we knew him only 1 year less than we knew you two, right? Which
that does seem weird.
That does seem weird, but that's true. Of course, I suppose you could say, we didn't really get to know him like until a couple of years later. But for the sake of bookkeeping, right? We really did just kind of meet him only a year after these two. Well,
you didn't know what you had there until like version 2.0 of TayChat.
In what respect? Y'all or him?
Him.
I'd say both ways, honestly. But anyway, that was kind of my point, though. Is like I feel like in that time period,
the 4 of us in particular, plus a couple others, like you add in, say like a Mez, for example. I would even say
big Mez guy.
I would even say like an ADL or a Peaches.
Big ADL guy. Big Peaches guy.
We pretty well knew what we had there with each other. I'm still learning a few people, like still kind of learning bear science.
Big bear guy. Big science guy.
Yeah, I'm liking science more and more.
Yeah, no, science. That's my N-word right there.
Yep.
I don't interact with him directly a lot, but I like what I see.
But geez, Louise, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I feel like in that same time period, right? Like all 4 of us have changed a fair amount, right? Over time, we have all kind of changed, mostly for the better. I think for the better.
We've evolved.
We have definitely evolved. I would maybe even say Tony the most of us, really, right?
Sure.
Like the way.
Well, yeah, because I was,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
15 or whatever when I met you guys.
Yeah. It's kind of cheating to say that, but I mean, it is true. I think, and then followed by Tim, because Tim has had some phases, man. He's had some phases. Like very clear arcs. D-Live Tim, Middle Tennessee Tim.
The core was always
Brazilian
there.
Tim.
It was just,
Brazilian Tim.
How performative I wanted to get.
Sure. Of course, I think Brazilian Tim and Middle Tennessee Tim, there was some overlap there, right?
No overlap there.
Oh, okay. Well, that shows how much I know. Anyway, we all changed. But yeah, you're right. Like Jack was like 2015 Jack was, when did he leave? Last year? 2015 Jack was the exact same as 2023 Jack. Same guy, same person. Despite getting married, despite a bunch of other shit, same exact dude.
Despite having a child.
Yeah, child.
I would say that in some ways it got worse because of the extra pressure of like having a family for him. Like I think that possibly for where he was, that was not the ideal choice to make, to like
You don't say.
like take on those extra responsibilities.
I feel bad for the kid.
Yeah, it could be a rough life.
Because and so often, so many cases of this, the kid did nothing wrong.
Yet.
Sure.
I mean, I want him to get his shit together for the sake of that kid, but it's not going to happen unless he wants it to happen, and he doesn't.
Anyway, so what did everyone else have to eat this week?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Since Tim was talking about stuff that happened this week, how about you talk about what he ate?
So I put off my adventure that I had planned for today because I suddenly remembered, last day of the month I was pretty well chained to my desk. But I did have some Chinese food today that was pretty good. Had a little place called Red Flower.
Chinese?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Exciting times. They're reopening their indoor dining after for the first time since COVID when they had to shut it down.
That's way too long, but okay.
Oh yeah, way too long. But I guess they found that their business built back up finally.
Our Chinese place was open like 2 weeks after it.
Yeah, we've done some catering from there, like for Saturday lunches for the troops and all that.
But, there was this very gay little period though in mine where there was like they were using like tables to like cordon off the gas or the buffet, and you had to like point, but that was like 1 week, and literally like the next week they were like, okay, fuck this, here's some gloves and like sanitizer, have fun.
Well, and I think part of it too was even though it's obviously a very red area, the state of Virginia had a blue governor.
Oh yeah,
so it was a shutdown state.
That's right. Youngkin didn't win till 22. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was what's his name? Northam was the governor during COVID.
Yeah.
And that's how Youngkin came in, was because this dude just fucked around with people way too much.
Many such cases.
But I'm definitely planning in the short term to head to that place that I showed y'all yesterday, that front porch on Main in Tazewell, Virginia. Looks like a real comfy, good place, and everybody says it's good. And I posted a menu as well. Local barbecue joint that's seasonal. They shut down every winter.
Tim, you looking at my screen?
Cuz is Uptown Barbecue. This is an interesting place. Next time I go there, I'm gonna have to take some pictures of there. The founders, I think the couple that founded the place, he was a trust fund kid. Like he had a whole bunch of money in a trust, but he was not allowed to access that until he proved to his family that he could get and keep a job. So he took a chunk of the money and opened up this restaurant as a joke. Well, it's 45, 46 years later. He's passed away, but the wife still owns the place.
God, I hope my parents don't listen to this episode.
But they shut down every winter because when he was still alive, they would go to. She was from Hong Kong, so they would shut down and go to Hong Kong for like 4 months out of the year, and then come back and do the next season of the barbecue restaurant, so to speak.
Right.
But you go in there, and the imagery that you see in this barbecue restaurant is. I remember going there the first time, and because we were just picking up some stuff to go, and I looked up at the cash register, and it's all original black and white photos of high-ranking officials in the Chinese Imperial Army.
Based.
Huh.
And so I was like, okay, I need to know more about this. So I started asking around, and some people told me some of the stories and all that. Like, I don't think she comes around much because obviously she's up there in age, but it's just an interesting story. The food's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like world beating. It's definitely pricey for what it is, but probably not a bad place to go enjoy like a nice social dinner kind of deal.
Damn, Tay, you kind of got fucked on.
That's kind of the point.
Oh, you just gotta. Oh, was that an intentional death?
Yeah, I didn't. Apparently, in R3, you still need a blade. So to get to the webs. So yeah, just trying to get out.
The knife on your tool belt doesn't count.
Apparently not. I was trying to do a bit about Ripper Demons, but you were doing your thing, so.
Yeah, that was the big news, the big RuneScape news on my part. Finally lost my hardcore Iron Man status to a Ripper Demon.
Based.
Many such cases, in fact. There were
what did the fellas have for supper? Or wait, did I lose my? Oh, I'm on the wrong character.
I think
what did the fellas have?
The main thing we did this week was just a beefy fucking order for each of us at Wingstop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Expand.
And you know, it was good.
They have new hot honey wings, but they're a dry rub hot honey.
Right.
Huh.
And so they were like massively hyped up when I was looking into the flavor. Like people online were talking about it being like easily the best flavor or something. I think our consensus here is that they're kind of mid.
Yeah.
Like the flavor's not bad, but it's not necessarily better than several of the established flavors. Like I think it's not strictly better than like the goats. Like for me, like garlic parm, mango habanero, Cajun, Louisiana rub. Like it's not better than those, for example. Wasn't bad, but
I feel like hot honey's not a good dry rub flavor. I think you gotta get that sauced. That's gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, considering that that's like part of the appeal of the honey is like the kind of the gloopy texture. I feel like that would make sense for a wet flavor. But
yeah, the actual rub ended up just kind of being like initial sweet flavor, and then it was just very salty.
Yeah,
at least that was my take on it.
I did get a. Well, okay, we learned a couple things, right? We learned some new deal maxing strategies there because during lunch hours they have lunch specials. So if you want fries and a drink, for example, for not a lot, you can get 5 wings or 3 tendies plus fries and a drink for like it was like $5 or some shit.
Yeah.
And then previously also when we were doing our order in the past, there was like add-on wings that you could get kind of at checkout for a low rate for like 5 wings or whatever. And so like we're learning the ins and outs of the system there because there's like little tricks to maximize your value. I guess they do 70-cent wings every Monday and Tuesday or whatever, but they have other deals that are good on other days. Yeah, it was deal maxing at the Wingstop. Naturally, I mean, so you just got the mango habanero and the hot honey, but
Correct.
I variety maxed and got like 5 or 6 different flavors or whatever. Next time I go,
I remember, and I don't know if maybe this plays into it. Probably not at Wingstop, but maybe at some of its competitors. Tennessee has some funky laws about happy hour.
Oh yeah.
And I remember Georgia was this way. When I lived in Georgia, you could have a happy hour special, but it could not involve alcohol at all. So the happy hour specials were always food.
That's kind of based, actually. That's
like in Tennessee, they can do happy hour deals on drinks, but it can't be below the cost. It can't be below the wholesale cost of the booze.
They should outlaw booze entirely at restaurants. So the only draw to get you in the door is just cheap food. That should be the.
Well, I will say this: a lot of the best wings you would have, especially in Georgia, were at bars.
That's fair. No, that's actually true. Back home, some of the best wings I had were also at like a dive bar, but
But they couldn't they couldn't pull you in with deals on the drinks, but they pull you in with deals on the wings. You paid full pop for the booze, which is fine, whatever.
Well, and specifically, I wouldn't go to that place because I don't want to deal with drinkers when I'm trying to enjoy my fucking wings. Like the only time I had their wings was when they were brought to me because I'm not fucking going to a dive bar and eating.
I've eaten at some dive bars. I've had like some regular.
I just cannot tolerate for long being around drunk people. It just really annoys me really fast.
I just ignore people in general when I'm eating. Unless I'm going there specifically to socialize, I can block out everything around me. Like it just doesn't bother me.
I don't know. I like the ambiance to be peaceful where I'm at. I don't know.
Weird ambiance.
Yeah. Aside from the wings this week, we also didn't do a whole lot. What did I even eat the last couple days? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I had some smoked sausage based dishes that I made, and I reheated the last of my previous batch of chili earlier before the show. Been having the Publix.
The Publix incident was this week.
That's true. The Publix incident was this week. Yeah.
I feel like we have to address the Publix incident.
That's kind of a Tony thing, yeah.
Publix, of course, highly rated for their deli and their chicken tender subs. And I think so far, outside of the time we went on opening day, we've had a pretty bad experience with the deli.
Yeah.
So last Friday, I show up. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a chicken tendy sub. I'm going to get one approved, like Italian subs or whatever you wanted to try.
Yeah.
So I get up in line, one person in front of me. No big deal. Actually, it was kind of annoying because this person was like trying to explain some retarded order her like kid or whatever wanted because he wanted like different meats but like he didn't specify meats, he specified flavors. Like he wanted a sweet meat and a smoky meat, and the deli person was struggling to understand this lady's wants, and I don't know, it was pissing me off already. So I finally get up. I'm like, all right, give me my Italian, no problem, and then give me a chicken tender. And tell me, well, we don't have chicken tenders ready, which is apparently a very common thing for them. Not a fan of how you somehow, months after being open, still don't keep up with demand for your chicken tender subs. So they tell me it'll be a couple minutes for tenders. Is that all right? I'm like, all right, I want the sandwich. So I can wait a couple minutes. It ended up being about 15 minutes for them to bring chicken tenders out. And they bring out this big plate. I'm like, all right, great. I'm finally getting my sandwich. It's going to be nice, hot, fresh chicken tenders. And they decide, with me standing right in front of them, that they're going to start making online orders for people who aren't there. And make me wait for like them to make 7 fucking sandwiches. Not saying a word to me or anything. They just keep going through them. And, you know, I just kind of got pissed off and left. So that was my last experience with Publix, because I will not be going back.
Based.
Nope. Well, you know, it's fun though, because now we can try, if there's ever a sandwich craving, we can try some of these other spots around here. Because Publix was too good of a deal to pass up when it worked, but it doesn't work. So, you know, we got other spots here. We got Jimmy John's, which I've never had before. It's apparently really commonplace.
I will not be going to Jimmy John's. That'll be a solo experience.
Big Jimmy John's guy.
Okay, I've never been there, so I'm willing to try it. We got McAllister's. I know Tay's a big McAllister's guy.
Big McAllister's guy.
We got some local spots. We got a place up the road called like the Maryville Corner Market or whatever that has some decent looking sandwiches. We got that new place opening up, right? The Lunch Bag or whatever.
Yeah, which I believe is supposed to open like next week.
Right. Curious how they perform. We have Subs and Such. Big Subs and Such guy. I haven't been there, but I like the name and I think they're going to be good.
They do have a soup and salad bar at Subs and Such.
Right.
I'm really afraid to ask this, but why are you such an anti Jimmy John's guy there, Tony?
Isn't there a bit like hot sandwiches?
No.
Which one is hot sandwiches?
That's Firehouse.
Yeah, in fact, it's quite the opposite. They don't have hot sandwiches at Jimmy John's at all.
And then previously Quiznos kind of too, but
isn't Jimmy John's just basically like another Subway?
No,
I think it's supposed to be better than Subway.
I can confirm it's way better than Subway.
I feel like it's positioned.
But as a guy who gets a turkey with mustard,
Sure.
Well, no, because my dad's kind of the same way. The only difference between you and him is that my dad gets a turkey and Swiss with a little bit of mustard on it. That's it.
Do they have chicken tender sandwiches here? Is
No
that
hot
a thing,
subs.
Jimmy? Well,
They,
chicken
they
tender
have
sub
a, they
doesn't
have a
need to be
very
hot.
good Italian sub.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm a big Italian. So see, I wasn't a big Italian guy when I was younger. See, I transitioned into being an Italian. No, I
transitioned into a lot of things.
yeah.
So that's what
No,
I've heard.
I've come. I think a big part of me moving into liking Italian subs was when I started liking vinegar a lot, because a good Italian has to be a little sour too. But yeah, so my understanding of Jimmy John's is it's positioned in the market somewhere between Subway and like what's the other place? Jersey Mike's. It's like somewhere between that in the market, right? Like it's not as expensive as Jersey Mike's, but it's better than Subway.
I'd say that's accurate.
Okay. Because yeah, that sounds good to me. Because Jersey Mike's is good, but it's fucking expensive for a goddamn sandwich. And then
I believe they call their Italian sub the Vito.
Christ.
They have either the Vito or the Italian nightclub, and either of those are good.
Yeah. Oh, I'll try it eventually. But yeah,
the thing that people like about Jimmy John's is the bread. A lot of folks I know say that Jimmy John's is their favorite bread.
Well, big bread goes a long way, or good bread goes a long way because it's a lot of the sandwich. You gotta have good bread.
Damn, they don't let you do like custom sandwiches at Jimmy John's?
I mean, well, yes and no. Like it's going to be one of those things where they'll translate it to an item that's whatever the closest thing that there is on their menu.
And it's like, yeah, add or subtract ingredients or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they have like a baby bitch like plain fucking turkey sub though. So,
well, they do, but
or just get an Italian nightclub without the cheese and double meat. That would be the Tony sub.
Do I really want to? Well, no, they have a Slim 4, which is just turkey.
I was just looking at that. I was gonna say you could get yourself a Slim 4 with add some mustard to it, and then there you go.
But do I really want to pay $11 for a 16-inch turkey sub?
16 inches is a pretty long.
That's a pretty big sub.
But I agree that the ingredients are a little basic. Now it's not tendies. It's not tendies, but I do see they have these wraps that look like they have chunks of chicken in them, so that's interesting. Like the chicken Caesar wrap or whatever.
I'm just telling you straight out. If you go there for the first time, try the Italian first.
Well, yeah, I know what I'm doing,
Italians.
Which is crazy, being that you're Italian. I feel like you should, but then again, a lot of your practices don't exactly keep with the Italian ethnic tradition. So
I'd say my pasta practices
are we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Right on par.
I'm not even addressing that right now.
It's Italian, but if it's an Israeli immigrant instead.
I like how they have a sandwich called the Ultimate Porker. That's fun. Let's see.
Now I'm interested in the lunch bag place that's opening up. I'm not sure about the value wise, but
right. I feel like in order for you to really be into like a sandwich place, there needs to be like a place that just like what you pay for the base price is just for a certain piece of bread, right? And then everything else is like itemized. Because I feel like that would maximize value for you if it was just like, okay, I pay a small amount extra to get turkey and that's it or whatever, Because a lot of these places, it's kind of like a lot of the cost it's rolled into you getting a more complicated sandwich, and you don't want a more complicated sandwich, so yeah. There's also like some other sandwiches around here, like the Cuban place that I've been looking at, for example. But I feel like you wouldn't be into that.
Big Cuban sandwich guy?
I love Cubans, dude. Like Italians, Cubans, and then what is it? The one on Rye. Why do I draw a blank on these things? Like a
Reuben?
Reuben, yeah. Reuben, or like the Rachel, which is basically like a turkey and like coleslaw Reuben, right? Those are all good sandwiches. One thing that I like kind of crave sometimes, but you can't really get if you're not in like an area that caters to this. Like, like I'm not in Jewish deli territory here, but like just like a thick pastrami sandwich, sounds good sometimes. Actually, downtown Knoxville did have a Jewish deli place that actually is like award winning or something. So maybe I'll go there sometime. But anyways, yeah. Aside from that whole situation at Publix, which I will say, the one of the Italians that I did, because I think I originally ordered 2 Italians, but one got here and it was still good.
Listen, I wasn't ordering 4 sandwiches in person by myself. It wasn't happening.
That's fine. Did you decide to skip the online ordering process because you didn't think they'd do it right or something, or?
No, when I went to put in the online order at like 4:30, they said the earliest pickup time was 5:30, which I wasn't doing.
Oh yeah, it was a time. Okay. Well, either way, it was, I think possibly part of the bad experience there is the attendees, right? Because they have to do additional prep for that. But I guess that's also kind of their signature.
Well, that's the main reason I would go there, and they fucked it up, so I'm not going back.
Yeah. I guess it's fair to say too, for a sandwich, you could always just go to Subway. I mean, I think Subway kind of sucks, but I've gone there and it's been fine. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise pretty slow food week, I'd say. I did post in the local chat earlier because Fort Dickerson, that like park up there in South Knox I've been talking about. It's like going to be under construction in a couple days for like most of the rest of the year. So I was thinking about possibly going there during the weekend, and there's some restaurants up there that I'd like to try. So maybe I'll do something fun over there. We'll see.
In the middle of that, I just had quite possibly the biggest revelation of my life.
Yeah.
You remember that old meme from back in like 2006, 7, 8 or whatever? The Garugamesh guy?
Yeah.
Garugamesh is just how Japanese people would say Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't.
No.
That's news to you?
Yeah. Right now. Last 5 minutes.
I feel like I when that meme was fresh, I remember like reading that and like,
No.
oh yeah, the band's
I always thought it was like, wow, it kind of sounds a lot like Gilgamesh. That's weird.
Yeah.
I have an IQ of 150, by the way, so.
Well.
Yet you're still retarded.
He's hobbled by being an ESL, and the other language isn't Japanese either, so it's really.
Well, to be fair, they do say like the smarter you get, the dumber you get in some things, right?
Right, can't see the forest for the trees. I get it.
Yeah. So.
Get lost in the intellectual sauce.
I wish I'd had my story about the hamburger, the bark. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Okay, we gotta talk about this. Okay. I want to discuss it because I'm probably gonna go there soon. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I wanted to discuss it, and it was mainly just to show I could show one picture. So I've been thinking about going to this Harp and Hound place down in Ellisville, and I'm not gonna reveal what I've been thinking about getting. Although I did see in the photos, damn, they're open till 8. I'll show something that I did really like the look of.
Some meatball.
Yeah, it was this meatball pizza actually. Let me open a Google Map.
Oh, that's wrong.
Shut up. No one asked
you. You don't do pizza or meatballs, right? So.
Ooh, those look real good actually. They're also like a meat market. I think I'm gonna go there one day and get some steaks.
Is that Tindies? Those look...
Yeah. Is it Tindies and waffles?
Yeah, it looks like a. I'm not sure there's waffle there, but it looks
looks like French toast.
French toast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh, that's actually what it is. It's like a
artichoke
chicken Alfredo. Yeah, that looks good too. But anyway, hold on. Oh yeah, this was the one. This wasn't what I was talking about that I was going down there originally to get, but it does look good. Here's what I wanted to show y'all about this place.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty Kino.
Yeah. I pulled that up and I went, wait, what? What? Okay, all right, well, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? Mm-hmm. Shout out to this guy who is not having a good time.
No.
Right here.
Well, you know which way he leans.
Yeah, really. So, yeah, I saw that and I went, whoa.
Is that like some fish and hush puppies?
That's so basic. Not great that guy kind of looks like George Floyd, but I don't think it is. So.
No.
Is that? Yeah, that's
looks like it.
That's like like English style fish, like battered fish.
Yeah, I do love some good fish and chips.
Yeah, that does look good. Not sure what's going on with this though. What is?
So it's almost like
coleslaw.
Yeah, like coleslaw with some sort of color to it.
I like the way their fries look. Oh, a little gumbo. Look at that. Ooh, that looks good actually. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. We'll
cool, actually.
We'll see that next week.
at the top. If you go up one, like 2 up.
Yeah, it's an alt
That guy's the
hotel.
opposite of the other guy. He's having a blast.
Could be a little bit of a picture opportunity there.
Well,
cool.
I already have one, I think.
Okay, well that might be a little bit of a vertical composition type situation.
Yeah, I'm not really a big vertical guy in that. When it comes to that.
Sometimes for architecture, you gotta go vertical.
I'm always vertical.
Okay, Dark Table, just take your time. Let's see.
All these pictures grayed out.
Because they're rejects.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually have this one. So, hello?
Oh, well, that's a picture.
Yeah.
Like not really front and center per se, but yeah.
Yeah, but I like it because it's, and I also have one from the back as well. Because it's got this, that's the one if you've ever seen, do I not have it? Here it is. I have it from the, that's where this picture comes from.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
So anyway, that's my food chat for the week. So what else we got tonight? What else do we want to talk about?
Well, let's see,
I could talk about I got peer pressured. I got bullied.
Yeah.
I got forced at gunpoint to watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, did you watch the first one or?
I watched the first one. And now I said before, like, it's not that I have like no prior knowledge of the franchise or the movies. I've just never sat down and watched one beginning to end.
Well, and you've never been to like a Disney theme park, have you?
No, I have never been to a theme park.
Because the context, of course, is that Pirates of the Caribbean was actually originally a ride there. Like,
yeah, I do know that. I do know that.
Okay. But arguably one of the better rides too.
So I've heard. But yeah. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, I downloaded the trilogy. None of the ones after that, because I think the first three are the only good ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I started with the first one, and yeah, in watching it, I kind of knew. I knew mostly what happened because I knew most of the characters. Like I said, I'd seen bits and pieces on like TNT, TBS, Sci-Fi, whatever over the years, and it was enough to kind of piece stuff together. I've always been a fan of the concept of it. It's never been something I've like set because I think there comes a point when a movie or even a television show has reached such like cultural penetration.
It's like saturation.
You almost like get all of it without having to ever actually seen it.
Sure.
So you almost feel like you have in fact seen it. So I kind of hit that point with it, and it was like one of those things where like, well, shit, I don't even have to watch it now.
Right.
And then that's kind of been the way it's been for a couple of years. And I don't remember how it came up. I think we were in Photo Friends the other night.
They were posting Calypso. I don't think I was there for it, but I remember seeing in side chat Calypso from the later movies was posted.
Right. And I brought up, it's like, I've never seen any of those. And everybody was like, what? And I went and downloaded it, and I went, all right, you know what? I would frick it. All right. I went and watched it. Okay. Now, first and foremost, right out of the gate, Keira Knightley.
Oh yeah.
Could get it.
She is aight in that role.
She is.
Keira Knightley in the all day.
Oh my brother in Christ! When because it's funny, you know, she does the whole thing. It's like, oh, it's so stuffy being dressed up like that. I'm like, God darn, you know.
Yeah.
Very good. Orlando Bloom, looking good. No homo, but looking good. You know,
he's a handsome guy.
Big fan of him from Lord of the Rings, of course.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which this series franchise would have been like right at the end of that. So kind of around the same era. Man, it really struck me when I started like getting into it because like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
No one else could have done that role.
No, he did such a good job of that role. Like,
that is one of the
great.
most like he's up there in like terms of like iconic things with like Willy Wonka. You know, the guy that played him, or like Sean Connery as James Bond.
Right.
Like one of those things where it had to be him. And I know other people have been Bond, but I don't think anyone ever really did it as well as Connery. And then of course there's been other Wonkas, but no one did it as well as what was his name?
Jewish feller. I'm coming up with it. Who?
Gene
Gene
Wilder.
Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Gene
yeah.
Wilder.
Which
yeah.
is funny because Johnny Depp himself made a crack at it and it wasn't the best, but
It wasn't great, but I felt like it was in the right vein, right?
The spirit was there.
Yeah.
Like,
He's certainly different,
Who
better
would
than.
you have rather it been from the modern actors? Though, would you have rather like Pete Davidson as?
I'd probably rather they just didn't remake it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I just don't
Or
think
just
it was
not
necessary.
remake it.
And it was a lot
just don't
better
remake
than
it.
Timothy
Speaking of,
Chalamet.
Willy Wonka. I mean, that's kind of been in the news lately.
What?
Oh yeah, we
what?
can talk about that in a little bit if you want to.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're
Alright.
talking. Yeah, the Willy Wonka. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to that. Well, I am curious though, like just the overall review of the movie. Then, did you like it? Did you?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. It was great. You do kind of see the undercurrent of where like the quippy like one-liner action slop
sure,
started to originate
bit
from.
Of Marvel slop,
But it had a little bit of more soul, right? You know.
Right. I think it fits because it's like a fun action adventure pirate movie. Like,
And you're right. It was one of the last good like culturally cleaner things that we haven't like because the whole thing it's set in the Caribbean in the 1700s with the British. There's a lot of commentary you could do there, right? They don't do any of it. A bit.
Oh
of it.
yeah.
And
in
in fact,
and they pretty openly like kind of like joke about the characters being womanizers and shit. Like they don't like make it like a shameful thing.
yeah. In fact, there's one scene where the Barbossa essentially just says, "All right, crew, rape her."
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You were about you were just about to do that. Okay, cool. But then also like with the British thing, it's like, there's a lot of that you could done there. The British aren't even like portrayed as like inept, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, they get outwitted a couple of times by Jack Sparrow, but in the end, not really though. And
yeah,
like
he also Jack Sparrow takes some L's as well, so it's like
he takes some L's, like everyone takes some L's, and then I mean, eventually at the end, the British do, they win, right? They hold their own. They're doing well. Like no one's presented as like overbearingly like cowardly or jokey. The governor is kind of, but at the same time, he's also like he's smart enough to understand what's going on. He's just kind of a goof. Like I really liked at the end where she like she fainted to like pretend something, and he looked down at her and said, "What's going on?" And then he realized he just rolled his eyes. He's like, "Gah."
No.
I also like the other antagonist, air quotes, the Commodore. At the end of it, he's just like, all right, whatever, and then just lets it go. He's like, all right, what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I got bigger issues. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah, like they're not comically inept. They're not a punchline. Like the two soldiers were the punchline, but then there was like the other two pirates that were also like the comparative punchlines.
Right.
So it's like everyone kind of got it, and everyone was comedic and inept, but also competent when they needed to be.
Right. It's well balanced. Now something else I'd say is like I'm sure you noticed that whole series, of course, but like since you've only seen the first one, has a really good score too. Actually, like just like a fun kind of swelling, it's very very good soundtrack.
Who did it?
Of course, there's the classic theme song that like the.
Well, it's Hans Zimmer, of course. Damn.
Right.
Yeah, bro. Hans Zimmer goes hard, man.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer. Did he get Me Too'd? No, I don't think so. No, I'm thinking of the Elder Scrolls guy. He got Me Too'd.
Ah, well.
And that's why Starfield's score sucked.
I see. Then something else I'd say about the series too is like, because I think the closest you could like, if you were really trying to like pick at it, like the closest you could get to like calling it like in any way like woke or whatever is like, sure, technically the plot line, and not just for the first movie but throughout the series for Keira Knightley's character, like you could call it a little unrealistic, but I'll say as far as like heroic Disney character, like female characters go, I think she actually has a pretty good plot. Like her obviously there's 2 more movies to go, and I think she develops pretty well. I also think the later movies are a little bit like there's a little bit less comic relief. So
and even in the first one, like she was never really Mary Sued, really. Like she was in some binds, right? And she got out of them because she was saved.
Yeah, I think that the parts where she like comes out on top or something, it's like it seems like they did enough to make it seem earned, right? It's not just like bullshit.
I like the one where they were stranded, right? And he revealed it was like, oh, I got lucky, and then she was like, oh, okay, and then she just starts burning everything, and she's like, someone will see this probably, and he's like, no way, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, okay, like that's funny. I like that. That's well done, and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. She didn't like. if that movie was made today, right, they would have revealed that like
she would have been girl bossing
Sparrow, like it would have even something he got it. They would have dispelled his myth somehow even harder, right?
Right. Yeah, it would have been it would have been like a funny thing. He'd be like humiliated for like
he'd been humiliated, and then what would have happened was then she would have actually tied the sea turtles together. Right. Yeah. Then that's what would have happened today if that movie was made today. So
right.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was there was a lot of comedic relief, but it was like ha, not like big laughs. It was just like ha.
If there's anything that's a little bit weak about the first movie looking back now, I'd say that like compared to the other two, because the later two movies had really good CGI that aged super well.
Yeah, it did not. The skeletons were very rough.
The undead stuff was rough compared to Davy Jones in the later movies. I'm sure you've seen him with tentacles. Like that's very good CGI that aged very well. But I think a lot of the budget came into play after the first movie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the first one was still pretty big budget, but I mean, you could tell where there were bits. Like a lot of the sea scenes, you can very easily tell it's on a set, right?
Right.
Because the lighting is like very harsh on the backdrop.
There's a lot of beloved movies that have certain holes in their like visual quality these days, and they're still liked because they tell a good story.
I mean, I can look past it. I'm like, okay, whatever. This is great. Yeah. And it was another one of those things where I think people would like look at it and be like, there was the scene with the two pirates in the dress or whatever, and they'd be like, look, chuds, cross-dressing's always been a thing. It's like, because we were laughing at them.
Right. Yeah. It was straight up comedy. It wasn't supposed to be like empowering to people who believe in that shit.
I love those. I don't know either of their names, but I love those too. I know there's a scene in some movie. I don't remember which one it is. It's later on. Because I think they come back at some point, and it's the one where they're in the boat and talking about something about reading. He's reading the Bible, and he said, "It's the Bible. You get points just for trying." I like that's funny. Yeah, what a great film. I can't wait to see the next one. Probably do them a week at a time, and I'll probably talk about them.
Yeah, we could do a little recurring segment of.
I'll talk about them. Yeah,
Tay reviews pirates.
Yeah, but basic assault. Keira Knightley could get it, and that is my review on the first pirate movie. Please quote that.
Nice.
Put that on my letterboxd. Oh, I'm actually gonna do that.
Yeah.
I've actually been updating my letterboxd.
Up there.
Now, while we're on the topic of movies, did you watch the Transformer movie?
I have not. I think that's gonna be the next series I start watching. Although was I talking to y'all last night when I was describing the plot? Was that y'all?
The one with you were describing the medieval one or whatever.
Yeah, and it's just the most insane. Like the first paragraph is the most insane shit I've ever read in a blockbuster movie ever. Like. 1,000 years ago, so and so in Merlin, and then the insane goddess of their planet, and like, huh? Absolutely not. I'm looking forward to that. That's another one where I stopped. I downloaded like the first 5, and I stopped. I downloaded all the Michael Bay ones, and then I stopped because Bumblebee was the first non-Michael Bay Transformers movie. I don't think I'm gonna watch past that because I think they get pretty shitty after that.
All these series have a certain point where like there's the core, like almost like the core canon, right? Like the good movies, and then there's the bad ones. And I don't know. I didn't watch anything past the first Transformers, so I don't know exactly where it jumps the shark. But
I think Bumblebee is the one where it went like full blown like Transformers.
Yeah. Well, anything like Michael Bay's movies are always entertaining, right? Like people will crap on him. It's like, oh, Michael Bay. Like he's one of those guys. Like he's a punchline of a lot of.
He's kind of like the Nickelback of directors.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look at this shit he's done. Bad Boys, classic.
Yeah.
The Rock, classic. Armageddon, classic. Pearl Harbor, okay, that one did suck. What was the?
I still liked it when I was a kid, but yeah.
I don't think I saw The Island. Transformers, all the Transformers sucked. Pain and Gain. I don't think I saw that, but I think that was actually supposed to be pretty good. 13 Hours, that was really good actually. 6 Underground, that was okay. I watched that only because Ryan Reynolds is in it. No homo. And then I didn't see Amber Lamps, but yeah, like everything. I feel like he hasn't made a turd yet. People will say they're bad,
I like
but
the
they're
critical
not.
reception's first sentence is that Bay's work has been poorly received by film critics, and
Mm-hmm.
you know who film critics are.
Well, yeah, and the next thing, and his name is often used pejoratively in art house circles. Man,
Yeah.
I'm
The
gonna
only
burn
house
your
I
art
care
house
about
down.
is White House. Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
damn
with your
straight.
art
Yeah.
house.
Damn right.
Wait, dude, overuse of patriotism. Man, shut
Jeez.
the
Yeah, I know.
fuck
Yeah.
up.
That's like you got somebody criticizing him translated from like 2004, like some anti-Bush Mulder, you know,
Yeah.
like, ugh, yeah.
I literally just want like like a massive explosion and like American flags.
Right.
Just showed like that on a 4-hour loop. I'm
Right.
good. So
Based.
yeah. No, Michael Bay is an American hero. Where's he from? California. Never mind. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, no. Loved it, man. Loved it. Hey, you know what else I loved? My bag.
Okay, yeah, and so there's two versions of the segment we can do because we could just talk about the bags we got, or I could go on a more comprehensive bag thing if we need to fill the space here.
I don't think we need to fill the space. I think we're fine for space.
Okay, because I have the tabs prepared already.
I mean, I guess we could.
It won't take long, but anyways,
Why is this not loading?
I don't know. Is that their URL? .tw?
Yeah. .tw. Hey, Taiwan #1? Allegedly. Unless the CCP would like to sponsor us. Does the CCP sponsor people?
And we do not say no to Chinese money, so feel free.
No.
Right. Or fat Chinese wives.
Nope. Here we go. Oh, there's a load.
Well,
Yep,
what,
yep.
what's with this 56K fucking loading
Oh,
behavior?
it's loading. Oh, it's loading. This website is super duper slow. They're being DDoSed by the Chinese. Anyway,
Right, it's a
so
conspiracy against
I
our
guess while
show.
it's loading, I'll talk
I
about
hate
it.
China.
So I got a Wodencraft 7. Okay, here we go. It's going a little bit fast now. I got a Wodencraft Pilot 7L. Here we go. I guess it's shoulder bag.
That's the sling bag category.
No?
Scroll down.
Yeah. All right. I got this one, the 7L. You got the, what'd you get?
3.5 is the size.
You
down.
got the 3.5. So I got the 7. So this all started because I was watching a Petapixel video, right?
Right.
And I saw old Mr. Ching Chong. I forgot his name.
Chris Nichols.
That's not what I expect his name to be. But anyway, I saw him. He was doing a
He's like
review
a
on.
Hapo, so
Yeah. I saw him doing a review on some lens. I can't remember what it is now. But he had this bag, not this bag. That was
he owns
this
both
color.
colors, by the way.
This color. It was he had the 10 though. He had the
He
big.
owns the 10, yeah. In fact, he has an article on their previous site of DP Review where he listed the 10 liter as like his gear of the year or something a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he's actually been a known like advocate for the line, and then I've been eyeing it for a while. So what happened was after you saw him using it, you asked our photography channel, "What bag is this?" And I knew immediately because I'm a little bit of a bag guy. Actually,
kind of a resident bag guy, yeah.
yeah.
Which is funny for someone who's never secured the bag.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll be able to protect the bag with Yidlock.
Is this a bit?
Well, remember Yidlock was brought up a week or two ago.
Yeah, his like instead of gridlock, he's gonna introduce Yidlock.
Well, instead of Fidlock, because these bags have Fidlock, which is a great feature, right? Have you toyed with the Fidlock on your bag?
Yeah, actually, that's very fun. It took me a second to figure out.
It's
right?
a little bit of slide sideways type
Yeah.
situation.
And because I pulled on, I was like, what's going on here? And then I slid. So I was like, oh.
There's like little finger notches to kind of tell you where. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool though, because it means that if somebody's trying to like snatch and grab real quick and they don't know what the fuck's going on, it's kind of a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But it's still easy to use with one hand. Now I do have a question for you actually. I have a list of I have a little review of my bag prepared as well, but
Okay.
one that I want to ask you is on your bag, does the Fidlock have the Fidlock logo on the center's like rectangle?
Yeah.
It says it?
I think so.
I'm curious because in all their product photos there's no Fidlock logo, and I think some of the review units people have used before don't, but mine does, and I was curious if they just changed the design or something.
Good thing
It's like hard to see unless you put it under light, but
Good thing I emptied it out just for this, because that would have been heavy. Yeah.
oh yeah.
It's got the logo.
Oh, it says Fidlock.
It says
on the
Fidlock,
thing?
yeah.
Interesting. Okay, because I think that might be new. They might have like just changed whatever Fidlock. I was just curious because if I was the only one who had a Fidlock logo, I might complain. But but no, you got it too, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I mostly hate logos, but if that's just how they're doing it now, that's fine.
yeah, I haven't really had a chance. I've obviously just got it yesterday. I haven't really had a chance to use it, but I did. I filled it up to the brim just to see what it would feel like. First off,
worst case scenario,
yeah, worst case scenario. I just want to see what it felt like. It is pretty good. I do wish I had gotten the 10.
Yeah,
but the 10 was a little too pricey for, like, this one was pricey for me.
Yeah,
I just, because how much is the 10? Like, it's $250, right?
It's let's see, shoulder bags.
219, 220.
Still, it's a bit more. It's a bit more.
And I honestly already kind of feel like this one is a little large for a messenger.
Well, that's my whole point, is that, like, I think considering that you can stack things on top of themselves, I think you have sufficient space in the 7-liter for any reasonable single shoulder load, considering camera gear is weightier. Like, you know, if it was just like, if it's just random shit that wasn't that heavy, sure, but camera gear adds up.
And the thing is, like, I was considering, I was like, oh, it's kind of heavy and it's tight fit, but that was like with the camera still in it. And you have to think that once you're out on the shoot, the camera is in your hand most of the time anyway. So
Maybe. I don't know.
Don't really factor that in too heavily.
I suppose so. My camera goes in and out a lot when I'm using a wrist strap, right? Because kind of like when I'm not ready for use, I keep it in the bag just to.
Well, remember, I don't have a wrist strap yet, so I'll still be using a neck strap. But if I did, yeah. But I mean, if you're shooting an event, you pretty much need to have the thing in your hand more or less the whole time.
Well, if it's an event, sure. I think if it's an event, that's where you need to look into something like one of the like the clip systems or
Well, for like an event like that, like that's more like wedding kind of stuff, like where you constantly have to be kind of circulating. But for an event where it's like, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say for weddings, they have the dual camera straps where it's like both are like on a swivel on either side of you, and then you can have like a 35 and like an 85 or something on 2 different cameras. Anyways, I was gonna say, I guess honestly, like, I mean, if it really had to be out for a long time, then in that situation, maybe you move from a wrist strap back to a neck strap, you know, and just keep it slung around.
Like for shooting the fair, I would keep it on my neck, right?
Right.
Because that's like something where it's like you kind of want to have that, you want to keep that thing on you, but you also don't want it. You just also don't want it easily snatchable.
Yeah, I mostly just do. Well, yeah, I think it's actually harder to seal it from a wrist strap than anything.
Also, I couldn't take this to the fair anyway, so
that's true.
They have a clear bag policy, so.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a minimum size where you could get past that or something.
I don't think so.
Well,
I was shocked
mean,
they let me take my camera.
Especially if you can't take a bag, I guess you kind of have to use a neck strap or something. I mean, I guess you could always do like one of those belt like latch systems, right? Where like it goes onto your belt and then the camera slides into it, kind of like the capture clip or something. But yeah, I'd probably do a neck strap if I had it out for a long time. I guess mostly for street work though, and especially because I don't have like the heaviest camera, I'm fine with the wrist strap and just kind of staying mobile with it, putting it in the bag when I don't think I'm going to need it. But yeah, I mean, I think 7 liters is a good size. I think that's about as big as I'd ever go. Like a lot of the most common, like a lot of the best selling camera bags for one shoulder are about 6 liters, like the Moment sling, the Peak Design sling, and so on. So I think 7 liters is reasonable. This bag is actually lighter than a lot of those too because of the materials used.
Yes, that was another thing. Actually, I have a water bottle in here right now, so let's take that out.
Oh.
And yeah, on empty load, like this thing is light. I even have the dividers in it as well, and it is not heavy at all. With strap as well. So
yeah, so part of why that is they use 500D Cordura, which is like a mil spec fabric. It's like nylon basically woven a certain way. It's very abrasion resistant, very durable. And then they do a cool thing with their Cordura where they.
So what happens if I try and stab it?
Well, it's not puncture resistant. It's abrasion resistant, right? I mean, you can stab through it, but you can stab through almost any fabric that's like not, you know, like.
So don't try and stab it. Got it.
Yeah, but it's not like if you put it on the ground and you kind of swing it in such a way that it rubs against asphalt or something, it's not gonna like wear it down super fast. Is kind of the idea, right? Like it's gonna be. Or like rubbing against your back isn't going to wear through the material. It's actually more likely to wear away your shirt than it is to wear away the bag material. But
I don't know if you can hear that. It's a meaty zipper too.
Yeah. So, but they do a cool thing with their Cordura where they even though Cordura has typically a layer of polyurethane like kind of embedded in it or like sprayed on to be water resistant. On top of that, they actually wax it lightly, which makes it look like old school canvas because it can get wear marks and stuff from the. But it's not classic cotton canvas, which is like the whole thing is that Curdura is lighter and stronger than classic cotton canvas.
Right.
So it's it's a fun bag because it's like retro, but it's up to date. It's fun. I will say the quick adjustment mechanism works pretty well. You pull on the tab and it flips out, and you can lengthen or shorten the strap or whatever. Yeah, this is one of their older designs that you're looking at.
I don't hate that, but it's a little.
It's not bad, but you can see like getting into it's more annoying because it's like a system that fits around a pin. So in terms of like observations I had, so I asked you about the Fidlock logo. You also have one, so I can't complain about that. Zipper pulls. I think I might eventually actually use like some sort of pliers or wire cutters or whatever to remove the metal zipper pulls on mine, and replace them with like soft ones so they don't jingle.
Not a big jingler?
No, I just don't. I mean, it doesn't do it much if you're walking with it. But
what about jangling?
I just don't like jangling. Yeah. And it's pretty. You can buy a set of like 20 zipper pulls that are soft on Amazon for like $5. So, I might do that as a customization. I will say also the strap material is a little bit coarser than what Peak Design uses. Like Peak Design uses a material that's very smooth, kind of like seatbelt material. This stuff's a little bit coarser, which not really a big deal, but I just noticed that like primarily if you're wearing like a thin shirt, it just kind of like feels a little bit more scratchy, I guess. But that's fine. They're definitely going for like a rugged kind of design with this one. I will say that quick adjuster, I wish there was a little bit less extra slack on it so that like even when tightened up, it was lower down on the strap, like the adjustment point. Because I noticed if I want to wear it really high on my back, like really tight to the body, it reduces your ability to swivel the whole strap towards the front and get into the bag a little bit. So you kind of have to have it either looser or deal with that a little bit of loss of mobility with it. But that's not a big deal. I do just wish there was a little bit less slack for that reason. But I think they were trying to accommodate like super tall people or something. Let's see. So on the 3.5 liter too, the front pocket has a little dimensionality, which I like. I guess the 7 liter also has a front pocket like under the flap there where you open it up, and I like that because it's kind of like you can put some amount of stuff in there without taking up space in the main compartment, which is cool. Because some bags it's like a zero-sum game between the pockets, but this one actually has dimensionality to its own, which might be a good pocket for like snacks and shit that I don't want going in the main compartment. Was the back pocket that's has the weather guard zipper, which is nice. Good place for maybe business cards, microfibers, or something like that.
Oh yeah. I think about that here.
And then I actually, for the 3.5 liter, I also think the internal dimensions are slightly bigger than I expected, based on what the site said, which is cool because I might technically be able to fit in, like, for example, the Fuji 70-300 lens into the bag, which would be sweet. But it will be tight because of the nature of the bag. Like, it has like kind of like underneath the main flap you open to get into it. There's like kind of wings that fold in on the sides, and like it's good because it keeps water out from like getting through like sideways or whatever. But it does kind of make it so you have to kind of work around that a little bit. So I think a really long lens that's like on yours, it's not as big of a problem because it's just bigger in general. But on the 3.5, if I was using a telephoto, it might require more maneuvering in a way that might be kind of annoying. But honestly, if I'm using that lens, I might just take the backpack anyways. Similar type of situation. What else? I also did a little trick. You can see it on our photography channel here. What I did with the organization on the 3.5 was because for the 3.5 you only get one divider instead of two or whatever. And I did, instead of keeping it like as a vertical division, it happens to also just be the same width as the bag. So I actually did a horizontal division, and I like made it so it's like a dome of, like, the divider forms a dome at the bottom along the length of the bag, and then there's like a flappy bit that I can pull up and put accessories under it, so it's like out of the way, right? And then that dome kind of serves as an additional false bottom in the case I ever did drop the bag or something. So there's more padding due to that. and then I can kind of like if I need to put additional long items, I can put it on the side with the flat bit, but it will like still keep it separated from the camera. Like I have a picture with sunglasses or something that, or like an additional lens or something that could go on the edge there. So I think I have the system worked out. Yeah, it's a good bag overall. Obviously, you need to use it in the field to really know.
Yeah, and I was gonna say mine will get its first workout here Sunday.
You said you were doing something today with it, or
no? That didn't pan out. Okay. So Saturday will be the first thing. We're doing the shoot around thing. I forgot what it's called. Basketball shoot 2024. I don't know. Oh, leap day. That's what. Yeah. First state bank Laurel leap day. 3-on-3 basketball tournament. I think they do like. There's dunk competition, 3-point shoot.
You gonna go dunk?
I'm not. I am not gonna be dunking. I'm just
he's gonna get some dunks with his camera.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna be doing just shooting this. Okay. Very
it's kind
cool.
of fun because you get to kind of like practice like action shooting, I guess.
Yeah, that's what's fun about it. And actually, so like this shot right here, I actually like that. I don't know who did that, but this is from last year. I like that. That's actually a pretty good shot.
And hey, you know that 24-105 is going to be a good lens for this type of situation.
Oh yeah, brother. Hey, also, couple of little spoilers here. Will there be maybe some high production video stuff being done as well? Maybe Saturday is where maybe the White House IRL content really starts being produced. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Also, if you're gonna do video stuff, if you want to, like, if there's any questions about video specs on that camera, I probably have answers. So, you know.
Oh, there probably will be afterwards. Okay. Once I, you gotta go in blind once, and then form your questions from that. You know what I mean?
All right.
I feel like if you ask too many questions like ahead of time, right, you end up maybe like confusing yourself a little.
Sure. I sometimes, yeah, especially depending on the type of learner you are too, right?
Right.
I definitely think I definitely get the sense from you you're the kind of person who like prefers to not look into things too deeply until you have a problem, right?
Right.
And then you deal with it. See.
Right.
Which is based.
See, yes. I hate to have problems in the moment, so I have to like research everything. But
nah.
Okay, well that's still cool.
Nah. So yeah, big one coming Saturday.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm hoping this. I ordered some more stuff. My microphone, shotgun mic came in today. I haven't tested it yet, but it came in today. Yeah. Then I ordered that clasp thing that we've been talking about a while back.
Yeah.
The claps onto your strap, and then I had to order a little fitting that screws onto that for the Osmo. And it won't come until Saturday. It left Kenner, Louisiana this morning. So I'm hoping the microphone and everything showed up a day early. So I'm hoping this shows up a day early as well. If it does, I'll be able to have the GoPro. That's a hard one to break. I'm gonna have the Osmo, the action. Thank you. I'm gonna have the action cam on. Otherwise, it'll kind of all just be.
I see what you're doing. So you're trying to unify the class kind of system by having because I know you had the backpack strap one before, but you're trying to make it so you can just do both your camera. And
yeah. I want it so if I have the backpack or the messenger bag, I can have a system to mount the action cam.
Yeah. So and I don't know how because if you got the Ulanzi F38 for the clip,
I didn't. I got the let's see. I got the PGI Tech Beetle camera clip.
Yeah.
So the Ulanzi was a little bit more expensive.
Right. The main concern with, of course, the shoulder bag strap is just like a thing needs to be able to fit around a pretty thin strap for it to work with it. You know. So hopefully that design will.
Well, let me check real quick.
Like I know the Peak Design style probably will because it's a screw mechanism, but
it's actually a fuck. I just hit myself in the face with my headphones. It's actually a beefy little thing too.
Yeah,
like it's way beefier than I thought it would be. Yeah. So.
Either way,
put it around the strap, and
while you do that, is there any way for me to stream in Discord and have it appear on our stream?
Yeah.
Like if I stream one of my windows, then you can capture Discord. Okay. Yeah, because I can set up the segment that I was talking about. It won't take long, since I have the tabs ready.
Okay. As #1 bag guy.
Anyway, so
top bag guy.
Before I started though, I was gonna see what the results were of your strap situation.
Oh, I'm trying to get it clasped. It's kind of difficult to use, but yeah, it's working. Oh, there we go.
That's good. Yeah, as long as it holds tight, that's all that matters. Without sliding under camera or similar weights. Yeah, that's good. Well, hey, and also, if you have any other purchases you got to make for the camera situation, just let me know. I got my Amazon.
Well, I did. I ordered one of them through your affiliate.
No, I know.
Okay,
but,
okay.
If you got any additional, I think I have to make three qualifying sales before the period ends, but I have 180 days, so it's fine.
Okay. There's something else I needed, but I don't remember what it was. So.
Well, I know the cuff. If you end up going that route, the wrist strap, I can do that. But
yeah, there we go. Okay. Damn, that is actually kind of difficult to get on there. But I tell you what, once it is clasped, it does not move.
Yeah.
At all.
Obviously, position in such a way that it's not in the way of your quick adjust as well, if possible. But
sure. God, if I can even get this back off. Oh shit! I don't know if I actually can.
It's possible.
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Just start talking. I'm just over here working.
So since we talked about doing bag chat today, I prepared a comprehensive overview of all the bags I've owned in recent memory. He's struggling over there. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So,
oh God. Oh. Okay. That's finger. I just lost a fingernail. We're good. Dude. We're good. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So this bag right here. This is the Cotopaxi. Let's see. It says some here. Right here, Kapong 24 or whatever. This is a messenger bag that I still own it actually. I just haven't used it in a long time. This bag, it was a black version of it. This one's navy obviously, but a black version of this bag was the bag that got me through community college. Used it as a laptop bag and stuff because my commute at the time and my classes were all close to each other. Had me basically just going from my car to class directly, pretty quick. Didn't have to carry too much, so. I got it on clearance for like $30, so it, for the years of use I got out of it, it's a pretty good purchase all said. At the same time that I got that, I also got this backpack, which is the North Face Borealis 28 liter. This is the old version of the design, and they have a new one available that's a little bit different in shape. I bought this alongside that bag from the same place, also on clearance because they were phasing out this design. Ahead of going to Japan in 2019, I needed a backpack, and I didn't really own any good backpacks. And so I bought a version of this, not this color, but this design. And actually, got to say, one of the best backpacks I ever bought, considering how cheap it was. It's like, again, like $30 or something on clearance. Good pockets. There's like a big compartment here with a laptop sleeve inside. There's an admin panel on here, little dump pocket. I like that between the compression straps and the bungee cord on the back, you can really kind of cinch the bag down so it's not protruding excessively if it's mostly empty. Water bottle pockets. And to North Face's credit, I think that they have by far the most comfortable like bag carrying system that I've tried.
That tracks, actually.
Feels like it's weird though because it's kind of like a fashion brand these days.
Yeah.
So it's one of those companies that you think would kind of suck now because that tends to happen with companies that do that. But no, their carry system is actually extremely comfortable and you like don't even feel it on your back. And then this one, actually, after using it in Japan, I did end up using it when I went to Davis too, because I had to walk around a lot more, and just a messenger bag became too unwieldy then to get between classes, so I ended up using it for that. I eventually did want to get like a cooler looking backpack or something, because I was kind of entering my bag guy phase. I ended up trying this Air Day Pack. In retrospect, I don't like how it looks at all, because I'm kind of over like the black.
It's ugly as hell.
Yeah. At the time, I thought it was like cool because it's kind of like techie, right? But it's no, it's boring. Black bags are kind of boring. I'm kind of over them now. It's also now I'm realizing it's a little too like stout for like it looks too short on probably a frame like mine or anybody who's taller. And the main thing with this is I tried it. It's very rigid because they use like heavy denier ballistic nylon, like 1680. for some of the surfaces on the bag, which is very heavyweight, very stiff Cordura, and because the higher denier is like more material shoved into the same amount of space, essentially. Um, it feels tough, but it kind of sucked. In contrast to North Face, their carry system was by far the least comfortable I used. These straps were so short, like over my shoulders, that like the tips of them were like digging into my armpits in a very uncomfortable way. So I ended up returning this one. Wasn't a fan. It sucked. At the time I thought it was cool, but in retrospect it's kind of lame. I think Air's products in general seem pretty shit. They're all just this black color and it's very boring. Anyways, after that I tried the classic backpack from Bellroy. This was a little bit more comfortable than that one, but then I ran into the issue where the materials just didn't feel strong enough. Like I felt like it was gonna wear out fast. Bellroy has some cool looking slings and stuff, but I think for backpacks, their stuff's like a little. It goes a little bit too much in like the fashion direction, and materials don't like. It's not Cordura. It's like their in-house fabric, which I don't know exactly what it constitutes. And I think it was like a little too structureless for the type of carry I was trying to do. The compartment just didn't have enough interior organization or something for like a daily bag. So I ended up returning this one too. But I don't have it against. I don't have a thing against Bellroy per se. Some of their slings look cool. Right before the pandemic started, I ended up ordering this thing, the Radius Mini, which is like a very simple.
Well, just keep going.
I was going through a lot of trial and error. Okay.
Yeah. Well, seems like mostly error.
A lot of error.
Well, hey, bags are very personal, right?
Sure, I suppose.
It's like shoes, right? If the shoe doesn't fit, you're not going to keep it. Bags are very similar. This one, I liked that was so minimal because at the time I was trying to like get a bag that was shallower, like didn't protrude as much, and then like kind of force things that go into the bag to stack vertically to like make the most space. Because larger bags, the problem is if you have a lot of small things, they just collect at the bottom, and then you're wasting a lot of the space and it becomes bottom heavy in like a way that I don't like. This one, it's mostly like a laptop sleeve with a little extra space in it, and it seemed all right. But then the pandemic hit, and I basically dropped out of Davis and never really used it. So this one I never returned because I don't even know if they have like a good return policy here, and I think I was like hoping that eventually it'd come back around the time that I'd actually have a use for it. And I have this gray color specifically. This fabric is called X-Pack. It's kind of hot these days. It's like it's kind of like Cordura in a way, huh?
The wrestler?
Yeah, like the wrestler. How it works is there's like a nylon exterior, like that's somewhat abrasion resistant, but not usually as tough as Cordura on the outside to protect against friction and stuff. But then there's like full on layers of waterproofing material and then like liner material, and it's all laminated together. It's like a very technical fabric, functionally waterproof though because of how it's constructed. So yeah, it's fun. It was a cool looking bag. I liked how minimal it was, but I've never actually gotten to really use it because the school situation fell by the wayside. And now it's like years later, my tastes have changed again, so I'm not even that into it. I mean, this one I could sell, but I do have it laying around. And then around that time, I didn't get this color of it, but I picked up the Robo Flip from Mystery Ranch 2 as a travel bag because I was looking for something that was just basically a giant compartment, and that's basically what this is. It's like just a big bucket almost. And it's good because for travel, I like to use a packing cube, which is like a thing of material that you kind of shove clothes into and compress them down within this limited space, and then they fit better into a bag and you make the most of the space or whatever. So between packing cubes and just general minimal travel stuff, everything fits in this bag that's pretty small. It says it's like 21 liters on their site. They don't sell it anymore first party through Mystery Ranch, but it was originally billed as 21 liters. I think it's functionally larger than that because of the way that the space is utilized, but they have a pretty comfortable carry system. Mystery Ranch is known for being pretty rugged. They make a lot of bags for like military and firefighters and stuff. But yeah, so this is kind of my travel bag right now. I actually it's an all black version of this, which I kind of regret in retrospect because I'm over. It's like this one. I'm over black bags now, but at the time it seemed like a good idea. What the fuck was that?
Don't worry about
it. Okay. I like that it's very chunky zippers on it. They feel very satisfying. But yeah, no, it's a simple bag, good for travel. I use it moving out here, get stuff in and out of the hotel room. Don't regret this one. I also got it on a good sale because it was again being discontinued. So pretty good bag. Might keep it for the foreseeable future for travel. Then we have the Cadet Sling. This one I actually purchased around the time I went to Japan too. It fit into that North Face bag because this one kind of packs down pretty flat. And then I had a small camera cube that my camera at the time, the GX85 from Panasonic, could fit into. And then when I got there, I combined them by putting the camera cube in this bag. And this is like the bag I used walking around. It's like a 9-liter sling. So it's like kind of, some of it was the camera, but then I had a lot of extra space for carrying snacks and drinks and shit that we picked up throughout the day. So this one's a pretty cool bag. It's fairly comfortable. It's not ambidextrous, which is weird for a sling. Like you have to keep it on only your left shoulder basically when you're wearing it on your back, which I don't love. It'd be cool to be able to alternate as you get tired throughout the day or whatever, but it's good, functionally waterproof. Again, it's a laminated material that they use. Not a lot of organization, but that's good if you're providing your own organization. They do have a fun gimmick where their strap has like a seatbelt like latch, and you can press the center button to release it, which I don't actually love because then that means somebody can fuck with you and just come release your bag and it all falls to the ground. They make a version of this without that though, which I might eventually swap for if I keep using this as a travel sling. But I still own this one, so it's not a bad bag. Didn't return it.
Hello?
Okay.
What the hell was that?
What?
No, none. Go ahead.
Oh, did you see this?
Yeah, what's going on there?
It's because so my push to talk, which sorry if you have epilepsy and you're in the audience, comment below if I gave you a seizure. So the hotkey, because this is my third browser that I use for like anonymous shit. Like because this is like a privacy. What is this? Like it's not Icefox. It's Library Wolf. I just have it as like a third option.
Actually, if you stop doing it, it's actually starting to annoy me. I'm not epileptic. It's just annoying.
Okay, if I hover my button over the bottom of the screen, it doesn't do it. Okay.
Okay.
So the problem is that they have like a reader mode.
But the better question is, why the hell are you using push to talk?
He's a queer.
I like not having random noise come through. I don't know. I like having control. I'm a control freak.
Yeah, so am I, but okay, all right, move on.
Well, anyways, so my extra mouse button is attached to F9, and F9 on this browser, which is unusual, happens to control the reader mode, so it was toggling it very rapidly, and it became a strobe effect. All to say, though, I own the 3-liter version of this bag, the Everyday Sling from Peak Design, incredibly popular camera bag. A little boxy, like a little, like the material and the padding that they use is very rigid. Yeah, there you go. So it's like they're not the prettiest bags in the world, and they're, like I said, very rigid, kind of inflexible. This is like one of those zero-sum bags where there's a front pocket, but if I use it for anything substantial, it kind of eats into the main space.
Right.
It is a good bag. It's very comfortable. I think compared to the Wodencraft, actually, when I first put this on, it took less getting adjusted to. Like the padding and stuff was very smooth and easy. But aside from that, I do think the Wodencraft's a better bag, and it'll probably replace my 3-liter version of this, just because, well, the main issue is that I have an XT4, right, and I like the extra grip that I get from using an L bracket grip on it, from Small Rig, but that adds on the bottom, where it attaches to the camera through the tripod mount point. There's like an Arca Swiss plate there, because why not? And extra functionality.
Why not?
That adds some extra height to the camera. And on this bag, the 3-liter, it's shallow enough that it created a bulge that I was pushing into my back, and I did not like that. So that's the Wodencraft doesn't do that. So there you go. May eventually sell this bag. It's a good bag, nothing wrong with it. Just no longer fits me. And if I get a bigger camera still, then it might even be more of a problem. So yeah, might be retired. Good bag, served me for a while. Okay, so this is my current camera bag that I got a couple years ago. The Tin Fulton 16-liter. I got the all-weather variety. It was on a pretty good sale at the time. Didn't pay full price for it. This is like a back access camera design. So let me click this. Right, so, god damn it.
Oof, this is a tough scene.
It was like not fully off the screen when I hit the button and it went back. Okay. So this one's weird because the laptop compartment's actually on the back of the bag for this one, because you access the camera.
That's how my original is.
Right. For camera designs, that's not uncommon because if it's a bag that you access your camera gear through the back, you often can't fit a laptop there.
Uh-huh.
So like on this one, technically some designs do have the laptop sleeve in the flap that comes down, right? But I don't think it's big enough on this one to do that. But anyways, for the price I got for this is a pretty good bag. It's like you get the camera compartment, and then up top there's like a roll top design with a lot of empty space for other things, which is kind of cool for like if I need to fit audio equipment or just general stuff. Haven't gotten too much use out of it yet because for the most part I haven't done any big trips where like I need all of my camera gear at once. Like this is a bag I'd use when I need multiple lenses and stuff, and usually that's not how I do stuff locally. But if I was gonna go do like a project somewhere ever, that would be the bag I'd take. And you can carry a tripod on the side. On one side there's like a water bottle type holder that also accommodates tripods. And it's again both quite water resistant itself, and it came with a pretty robust rain fly. So it seems like a pretty good design for anything more rugged. One that I need to use more often, but I've been happy with how it feels so far. Obviously, we talked about this already. This is the new bag, the Woodencraft Pilot. One thing I actually also didn't ask you about, I found the material, like it's a good color, but like I found the material even more so than it looks like online, a little bit more in the olive direction than I expected. I don't know if you experienced that. Like,
yeah, it's
like it's not bad because I like olive.
Like
too,
on the site, it's a little more tan.
It's supposed to be a lighting thing, but even in a lot of the reviews I saw, it looked a little bit more tan. I think just for whatever reason, and maybe it's even like a thing where as it wears in, it fades a little bit.
Yeah, like I just put it under a light. And granted, it's like a yellowish light or white, I guess, but yeah, it's way more green than anything else.
Yeah, it has like a green tint, right? Like it's not bad.
And you're right, that might be an effect of the waxing or something.
Right, or something that wears off over time, or just the lighting conditions.
Either way, I'm not too concerned about it.
I don't really care because actually I would like if they offered this in an olive as a third choice because they're going for like military colors, and olive's a classic one too. Just because, like, for example, say you wanted to own two sizes of this bag, it'd be cool to have them in different colors. But I'm kind of over black bags, as I've been saying.
As I've gotten older, my fashion is heavily gravitating away from black.
My main thing is that like black is for anything that's optional as like I like black on my body. That sounds stupid.
Hope that doesn't get clipped out of context and turned into a soundboard sound.
I like black shirts, right? Because they don't look dirty easily. They're they're kind of fit with everything.
Right.
I own like 14 of the same black V-neck, right?
Gray is better.
Maybe. I mean, gray's not bad, but
yeah, gray's good.
Either way, a good neutral color. But like then I realized, like, for example, if I go out with just a t-shirt and then my bag's also black, then it becomes like a blob that's on me. You can't see that it's a bag, which I don't like, for example. Or just in general, like for accessories, like like even shoes, but especially bags and like glasses and jackets, for example, because I'm not always going to be wearing those. I'm starting to be more interested in them being a little bit more flashy, just to introduce some color into life, And obviously, this like coyote brown or whatever that they do, or even slightly green, isn't the flashiest color in the world, but it's definitely more unique than just another black bag. So. And ultimately, like, I don't think I'd own many bags that color, so I was like, okay, I gotta get the brown for this one. But if they offered it in all of that'd be cool. I wouldn't even be mad if they offered it in like a deep navy color or some others like that. But yeah, no, still, even though it has a green tint, still like the color. And this is a bag that I do not own, but this is a bag I would like to own. This is the Shimoda Explorer. 30 liter. They also have a 35 and a 25 liter version. I don't know which one I'd get. This is the darling, like, expensive, rugged bag of the photography community that all the fucking YouTube shills hype. But I think it is a good bag from what I've seen. Trusted reviewers, seem to like it. So it's also obviously a camera bag. This one, it has rear access, but it still has enough height to fit the laptop in the rear access panel. You can see there's like a thing going on with the straps where you can actually unhook the tops of the straps and reseat them in a different loop, and it helps you adjust the strap height to like kind of dial in like for your size or whatever, the right strap height and stuff, and like
Wait,
how
is it
it's
open
in your
from the back?
Yeah, that's how my current one does too.
Really?
That's what I was showing earlier with the flap. It like
Oh, I guess I didn't notice that.
The compartment was below the straps.
Oh.
It's a security thing for one, right? Because it's like both harder for people trying to steal shit to get into it, or if you forget to close it, it's against your back, so whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
This one does have side access too, which is like what I was telling you about, where it's like, ooh,
good lord,
it's the button thing. Because I was
do not let this dude in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
My brother in Christ, just use voice activation. The noise cancellation is good.
Well, this usually isn't a problem.
Hey, what is now?
Clear. Whenever it looks like whenever Homeboy wants to take over the controls, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, what's gonna happen one day when you have to be in the director's seat?
Well, see, I'll have a system worked out.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about that.
Well, I mean, once we're all live on set, there won't be any push to talk. It'll all be voice.
That's true, and we'll have a unified system that's running the on-screen
That's true,
stuff,
but it will also hopefully be a controlled studio type environment.
Yeah.
And anyways, the infrastructure of how we're gonna do the studio, I got it all in my head. Don't worry about that. But
really,
yeah, no, I got a whole plan.
Okay.
But you see there's side access here, so like you can also the camera cube, like you can put on that side of the interior camera cube, you can put your main body right, and be able to swivel the camera around on your shoulder without taking it off and grab it out of the side, which is a little bit less secure than side access or than back access only. But if you're because we were talking about a carry solution for you before, right? Like for a backpack, and I was like, there are these approaches where you can technically access your camera from the bag without taking it off fully,
right?
But yeah, this one's supposed to be really comfortable. Like this one's supposed to have a really good carry system, very customizable, very rugged. This is like an more outdoorsy one, so good for like if you're doing backpacking, for example. They do have like a more urban version of this coming out, like a more slim kind of sleek version, but this actually might be the better one anyways, because I have a feeling it's gonna be more comfortable if you're spending money on a big rugged backpack anyways. Anyhow, that's basically a comprehensive kind of overview of bags I've tried or bags I've considered or what have you. A little bit of a bag guy. There's a lot of bags out there that I'd also like to try, but there's only so much time and money in the world.
If Pigeon was still here, we would have him make a parody song.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what,
Billie Eilish's "Bad Guy," but "Bag Guy."
That's the song. Put your next bag in the side chat.
Really don't know. I really don't know how I feel that we've just completely adopted side chat now.
I feel there it is. Your next bag.
No, I mean it's true.
Yeah, it's a body bag.
It's black though, and I'm not a big black bag guy anymore.
Okay, well we'll get a nice
you don't
one
really
for
get a choice.
Yeah, well, no. We're gentlemen. We'll get a nice one for him.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Hey, did you figure out how to get your clip off the bag?
Clip off the bag?
Well, because you're
it was on there. It was on there, so
you got it off at the cost of.
I got my fingernail's still on there and fine. So
okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm very happy with it. So
well, see, I'm glad you bought this camera bag because I feel like that kind of gets you into the veritable like samsara almost of being a camera person with bags,
right?
And like always kind of wondering about the next bag,
I mean, Steve told me a couple of weeks ago, like the worst thing about photography is there's always something,
Sure.
It's death by 1,000 cuts, and boy howdy. Is that true? I've had stuff coming from Amazon like every other day for a while now.
I've had phases like that too, and
like when you're trying to like get into a new frontier, and
there's always like another level of accessory that you don't know about. Or the crazy thing is too, you can like go straight to the top. Like if you had the money and you had the best, like the ability to get the best, like technically the best stuff out there. Like if you had the money to buy the $40,000 phase 1 bag, right? And that's like technically the best image quality camera you can get, for example. Like if you had that, like then the question becomes like, okay, but this isn't portable, so now I need a portable camera system. Which one am I choosing, right? Like I'm willing to sacrifice image quality for something that I could take traveling.
Right.
And then after that, it's like, okay, but then I need a video camera. Okay, and then I need like like I need this and this and this lens for each one, and and each lens needs maybe filters or I need extra batteries or bags and blah 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 blah. Like it keeps going,
Well,
So,
you know what else keeps going? This show.
Right.
And I don't mean to cut you off there, but I was thinking, hey, how would you, Devin, like to hop back in the driver's seat for a little bit and direct our next segment?
Oh, you stepping away for a second?
I gotta take a shit.
Okay,
really
give
bad,
me a second.
really bad.
Give me a second to open maps, and I'll figure something
okay.
else.
Let's do. I don't know. Just surprise me.
I'll figure it out.
I feel like you three can figure something out. And remember, this is also an audio show, so do make it interesting.
Well, everything I do is interesting.
I mean, yeah, you're viewing my screen, with your.
Hold on.
Screen?
Yeah, hold on. Let me throw this son bitch over on the main screen, and all right.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be back in not too long.
Okay. So as the audience knows, big East Tennessee guys, right?
In theory.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. This is Google Maps. I thought I was still using DuckDuckGo. What the fuck are these lines? The fuck are these lines?
They're called roads.
There's like a line here. No, I'm not talking about the roads. There's like bars on the map.
Can you click on it?
No, it's like, is this like a? What is this? Do you see that?
I do.
I've never.
Like, let me open up maps on my computer, see if it's similar. I assume we need to go to satellite view.
It might be because I'm using a different browser and it's like rendering shit weird. I don't know.
Yeah, mine doesn't look like that.
Okay, it's probably just something with this particular browser. It's not really a big deal, but anyways. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that they were doing some construction over at Fort Dickerson. Where's Fort Dickerson? There it is. Fort Dickerson Park. This place. They're doing some work on the quarry, apparently. So maybe this weekend I go, because it starts March 4th when they start the work. So maybe I go this weekend and take pictures or something, because it'll probably look ugly for the rest of the year. May not even be accessible for the rest of the year. Basically, it says it's going to take about 9 months. So it's over here in South Knox, across the river from downtown. There's also a lot of restaurants over here. Burger Boys, of course, being a place I've been wanting to try.
Ooh, I do want a burger.
That's whatever that is. It's big. Fries look pretty
Double
good.
patty.
Oh, I think they do chicken livers here. I think that's what those are.
Well, I won't be doing that.
No, I know you won't be doing that, but see, okay, here's some burgers. Let's see. They got the Kobe burger, the Little Dom burger, the little Dre's burger, Little Dante burger, Big Dom burger. They got livers, gizzards, perch sandwich, not to be confused with the gar sandwich. Let's see, chicken sandwiches. Anyways, burgers look pretty good. That's probably the perch sandwich. For a place that's supposed to be about burgers, a lot of people are posting like the fucking slop. He looks happy. Kind of a cool
like a little drive-through.
Yeah, like a little drive-through. It's kind of like that place here. What's that? Bonner Burger.
Yeah, Boner Burger.
Yeah, those fucking ribs.
Wow,
or something?
that is some slop. That looks like ribs. Yeah.
Okay, there's that burger looks a little overcooked, actually, to be honest. But
is that Little Dre himself?
That's a Little Dre. Oh, they got a nice big flat top going. Again, the kind of thick burgers, actually. I feel like they could actually
look a bit inconsistent in size. They're going with there, but
yeah, it's probably what makes them good though. They could probably afford to smash them a bit. I feel like to even things out as well.
Yeah,
man, he is happy about his fucking gizzards and livers or whatever he's eating.
Maybe they're the best gizzards in town.
Maybe it's bacon. Thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Let's see what we got here. Burgers. We got 80-20 beef, sauteed onions, green peppers, dipped in steak sauce. They're dipping it for you.
It's a bit weird.
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it's a burger. I know I'll like the burgers because burgers are 4.7. They can't be bad. There's a couple other spots.
You a Las Fuentes kind of guy?
I have looked at that one. This is the food hall I've been talking about. I don't think they're opening for a couple months still, but food halls, of course, being a place where you go and it's like almost like a food court that's freestanding. Usually with better restaurants than like a mall food court. Fucking Second Life ass graphics for their rendering here. Attention foodies and Knoxville residents, get ready to embark on a culinary adventure like never before. Step into the vibrant world of Kern's Food Hall, right from the comfort of your own home. Yes, that's right. Watch the VR tour now. Wow. I don't think I'm going to be doing that.
Thrilling content.
Yeah.
Do they have reviews already when they're not open? Is that
let's see. Yeah,
some bad reviews too, it looks like.
Yeah, let's see reviews. Go to tour Kern's Food Hall, an upcoming food hall in Knoxville with a rich history in food. There, he misspelled the wrong version of there, will be an outdoor lawn, dog park, and many vendors for shopping, eating, drinking. That's fun. Can't wait for... Yeah, these people are saying they can't wait for it.
Well, the 1-star review is like... The 1-star is about...
Food City.
A brand of hot dog buns I bought at Food City named Kern's.
Y'all are sorry. You should keep a closer look on your products. So everyone pay close attention on what you buy with the label Kern's on it. Okay, so I feel like he bought Kern's hot dog buns. Like a brand of hot dog buns named Kern's, and he found a place called Kern's locally and just left a bad review.
Yeah, like he went into Google Maps and typed Kern's instead of Food City.
Look at this guy right here. He says best bread.
And I think this is the thing that's happening. Yeah,
I'm looking at what Terry Wells has said before. He likes Lowe's. That's the Kern's. He left a good review and they said thanks, but he didn't say anything. He likes trucks. They inspected my truck and passed it. I made 4 trips in it, and now it's in the shop getting front end repair. My DOT buddy said it should have not been passed. Okay, well, that sounds like a fair criticism, I suppose. What is this guy up to?
Oh, now interesting. The Kern's bread brand is actually related to the Kern's Food Hall.
Oh,
yeah, they have a whole history.
Oh, okay. So right here, there's a place called. Wait. Okay, so this part of town might just be called Kern's. That's why this place next door is called Flagship Kern's. It's like student housing or something. But it sounds like then probably somewhere around here is the bread place, and they're probably maybe they're sponsoring the food hall or something.
Let's see. The building at 2110 Chapman Highway, the home for Kern's Bakery. At least the original home for Kern's Bakery.
Yeah, this one's 2201 Kern's Rising Way. So let's see, where's Chapman's Highway? I don't know. Anyways, somewhere around here is the Kern's.
It is actually the Kern's Food Hall is also coming up as that address. So maybe this was the bakery and they're turning it into.
Yeah, like maybe they maybe they're extending the facilities and that's what the construction is, and they're gonna move their bakery operations somewhere else. If that's the case, then those guys aren't actually as bad as we thought with their reviews.
Okay, so in 1989, Kern's was bought by Sara Lee.
Huh. Well, it's not ideal because that's kind of like.
And then the bakery was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2017. And yeah, so the food hall was previous to the bakery, and now it was bought to be turned into a food hall.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. Well, they're still technically reviewing the wrong place because it seems like it's new ownership or something, but...
right, they should be reviewing Sara Lee, but you know.
Oh, I don't like that.
Is that what they meant by vibrant? Ooh.
This is not the food hall. This is like a drinker spot nearby. But this is like this is some like soy slop. Like this, like they got the cringe flags. They got like fucking, I don't know what that is. That fucking pickleball, whatever the fucking. I think pickleball is something different, but look, they got like the string lights. This place looks kind of soyed out.
Oh, there's a lot of restaurants there. I mean, this food hall.
Yeah, no, that's the point of the food hall is you go there and you got a little bit of something for everybody.
Now, naturally, I
bars.
will be hitting up T. Ralph's Burgers.
Mm. Yeah.
And perhaps the Clean Smoke Barbecue.
Oh.
I don't like barbecue being called Clean Smoke.
Right, I kind of want my barbecue dirty, actually.
Right?
I should probably look at these restaurants. Food and drinks. Coming soon. Italian coffee, taqueria, Clean Smoke. Yeah, I feel like that barbecue is gonna be mid. Egg Expectation. That also sounds like a white woman thing. Hey Bear Cafe, Irvy's. What kind of name is that? Candelege Spicy Food. What kind of fucking ethnic slop are we talking about here? One Kitchen. Are you crazy for noodles? Then check out One Kitchen. Myrtle's Bacon. Okay, that cookie looks okay. That cookie looks kind of good. Ooh La La Indian Kitchen. Okay. Hemingway's Cuban Kitchen. Was Hemingway known for Cuban stuff? I don't know. Zuku
From World of
Sushi.
Warcraft?
No, that's Nessingway. Hemingway is the author he's based on, of course. But yeah, I don't know. Some restaurants that might be interesting. I do think a lot of them look like they're kind of soulless compared to like just what you could get locally. Like that isn't.
It also does look like they're gonna have a Drunker Hall on top of the building, so that's
yeah, which I'm not a fan of that. I kind of feel like they should just leave that part out. But whatever. Oh, here's a tattoo shop. Let's see what they got going here. Black Moon Tattoo.
highly rated.
Little moth. It's haunted by spooky skeletons. We got a furry. These are all kind of really.
Oh my lord, why?
That's not great. That's not great. A lot of cringe designs, to be honest. Okay, it's a bat hanging from a reaper scythe.
To be fair, you have to be a big cringe to get a tattoo in the first place.
No, that's true. What was this guy? It's like a reaper guy with like a smoke pack that's wrapping around a mount. Okay, we got bad dental health, skeleton skull. We got a tire spitting or something. We got a void. Is that a stormtrooper? That's kind of fucked. It's very like distorted looking. The lighthouse. We got Medusa. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're like technically awful like tattoos in terms of quality. I just think the subject matter is kind of cringe and they look a little cartoony. This is like some fucking manga shit. Isn't this like one of the that horror manga guy? This is a fucking Muppet.
It is.
Okay, this guy's got face tattoos, so cringe is basically a shirt already. But like, imagine getting a fucking giant bright tattoo on your neck like this. Obnoxious. Did they get matching? Is that matching Harley Davidson tattoos?
I believe that is what we're looking at. Yes.
Some boomer shit. And that's a very if that's a male's hand right there, that's a very ugly wedding ring for a dude. Looks like they're matching bands, whatever. Oh yeah, this is the little I think I've seen this place's tattoos before. This is a little girl licking a cockroach. Kind of just unfortunate in general. It's just got a flail. Just okay. Eyes bleeding. Rooster. That's actually ironically like probably one of the least bad designs I've seen from here, I think. But you got is that a R2D2 with flowers? Okay.
BB-8 actually.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't watch the new movies. That's actually somehow even more cringe than if it was R2D2.
It is. It is.
Because the new movies suck. Yeah. Go fast, don't die.
Don't die. Wow.
How nice. We got a bat. A lot of bats. This guy's going for a lot of the same thing. Yeah, rebel.
Some rebel scum. It's another Star Wars thing.
So stupid. Upside down skull with cactuses. Coffin. I don't know, man. These are like, I feel like these are designs that like a 12-year-old would make or something.
Really.
I kind of like this one a little bit just because it looks almost 3D, but like it's still a cringe ass tattoo. It's just novel.
Yeah, like these people, the tattoo shop themselves do good work. It's just the designs.
Right, but I also think that the designs that people are choosing are kind of in line with their style, and I feel like maybe their style just tends towards cringe, even though it's not like technically incorrect. It's just that they choose really like kind of stupid subjects for their tattoos. This guy's just getting burnt out. Angry cat.
Yikes.
That bird looks kind of stupid, for sure. A lot of the animal ones and school ones are really bad, like toy teeth from Halloween. The Grim Reaper fucking hitting a pipe. Okay. Cat. Aztec like thing. Anvil. Crystals? What is this like? What's this supposed to mean? Crystal meth, maybe? I don't know. Spider with a woman's face. This is like a
Ugh.
this is like a Dark Souls enemy or something. We got that might be like an actual picture of somebody's pet or something, unless that's supposed to be a cigar, in which case it might be. I don't know.
Oh.
Extremely disconcerting to be watching the stream while on the can.
Yeah.
And seeing my avatar lighting up for some reason.
Yeah. There was some noises coming through. I thought you were back. You weren't.
It might have been.
I don't know what said noises were, but
could have been my desk fan, maybe, possibly. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or my house is haunted.
Haven't you like said shit like that before? I feel like there's some eerie experiences there.
I don't think I've ever had many eerie experiences here.
Didn't you recall hearing your name called once or something?
That was the house I grew up in.
Okay.
Here, this house is relatively new.
Wasn't there something recent where like you heard something happening and you just kind of sat there with your gun for like multiple hours?
Something outside, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that was, you know.
I thought it was inside, but I might be combining the two stories.
What happened to that thing recently where you thought you saw a dog on camera or something? What was that?
I don't know. It never showed back up again, so it could have just been a neighborhood dog. If it was summer, I feel like she would have stayed. So.
Well, that's the main thing I was curious about, was like if there's any signs of her maybe having come back and then left again or something.
No, unfortunately not. She's wherever she is. She's enjoying it there, I guess. So.
Anyways, I've been looking at. I mean, I guess you saw if you were watching, but I've been looking at.
Yeah, I watched a little bit. Yeah.
South Knox.
I was watching y'all talking about Kern
food hall and tattoos and stuff. Let's see. There was one restaurant. Love That Barbecue. This is one of the restaurants on the way to Fort Dickerson that I'm a little curious about.
That looks authentic.
Yeah, compared to Clean Smoke Barbecue, this place looks like it. That looks like a tasty cake. Ooh, we got the fried bologna.
Ooh, look at that! It's smothered in mayo.
Yeah. How do you feel about fried bologna?
I mean, I'll eat it if it's put in front of me. But
Kind of a black thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's a southern thing, so.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. They have appropriated a lot of southern culture for themselves. Yeah, I mean, this barbecue looks pretty decent. I'd say depends on pricing, of course, but so the barbecue, that's always the thing too, is like value, because barbecue can get pretty expensive.
Indeed, it can.
Chicken needs some sauce or something, but
Sure.
They got a dog, a slaw dog.
Well, what it needs is not you to call it the right thing, because that was turkey. So,
whatever. It needed something. Some sort of
I don't know. Turkey is one of those things. It stands completely on its own.
Really?
Like a good smoked turkey. You don't need anything on it.
I feel like most people who are really into barbecue consider turkey kind of a shit option because of how dry it gets, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're terrible at cooking it.
Well, I mean, turkey's just inherently dry even before you cook it.
You know who has good turkey? Dickey's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Dickey's Barbecue has really decent turkey.
Yeah,
but I feel like if I go out for barbecue and I get turkey, I'm scamming myself.
Sure, that's true.
I mean, for me, it's like if I'm eating like Texas style, for example, I usually go for brisket because they specialize in that. I feel like out here, oftentimes pulled pork and similar because tends to be the style.
I'm a rib guy.
Yeah, ribs are good. I mean, I'm not really too picky. If a barbecue place has a sampler, I might go for that. Like when I stopped at that place in Memphis, I did the sampler because
y'all need to, because y'all haven't really done it yet. Tony has, but Devin, you haven't. But like one day, I guess hopefully after you get a job and your guilt has subsided somewhat, I feel like y'all have to make the pilgrimage, and hit up Barnett's.
Barnett's, where's that at?
The Berg. Bennett's, not Barnett's. Bennett. Sorry, Bennett's. Bennett's. I'm dumb.
Let's see. Ah, it's a reader page. God damn it. Okay. If I just hold this down, it won't change anything. The food looks good here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the Google Maps and like look at pictures on the inside. It's also, I believe, in the past decade or so, they had a bar attached to it, but it's either gone out of business or they redid it, and it's now a pizza place. And if you go to the maps, hold on, let it load. Zoom in.
Go. He's on DuckDuckGo, so he's getting Apple Maps.
Oh God.
Just type in Google.
Total
there.
Total Apple Maps death.
There you go.
All right.
I forgot that DuckDuckGo was the default
Big Daddy's
browser,
wood-fired. So there's a little barbecue place on the other side of it. It's tiny. Yeah. It's not like a whole restaurant, but it has some good-looking stuff.
He's got some
nice-looking young man. Hairline's a little rough, but hey, you know.
Well, he could be 35. You don't know. He could be old.
So am I, and my hair's fine.
You're kind of old. Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. I got perfect hair. I have not lost. My hair has not gone back at a millimeter.
Those burnt ends or something? Those look kind of good.
It does look, yeah. This place is like, it's a little touristy, but they still do it's really good. It's not like super authentic Q or anything, but it's really good Q for what it is.
I like the choice of sauces here. We got puckering pig, mustard, and honey.
You ever pucker a pig?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know you have. I know you have.
Some would say.
I've seen them.
Old Smoky Tennessee Distillery. Don't love that, but...
Oh, they got a killer salad bar, by the way. Damn. Killer.
Well, that's what we were saying about subs and such, because apparently that's the deal there is like you go and you get the all-you-can-eat salad bar or something. And
right.
That's how you deal max. Although I wouldn't mind just hitting for a sandwich. Anyways.
I'd like to give a quick shout out while I was on the can. I saw our viewers went up a little bit. And when I came back, they went down. So, not sure what I should take from that.
Well, maybe whatever was possessing your mic or whatever.
Hold on. Hit that picture of the salad bar again. Look at those choices, dog. It's like a vegetable bar. It's a salad bar. It's
there's
everything.
Like desserts. There's like these things.
Yeah.
That look, yeah.
Man. I would go.
Yeah.
I could go.
The question is what it costs, but
ape shit on that bar.
Let's see, they got
chicken salad, a macaroni salad. Oh my god.
Yeah. Nice.
I don't know what the prices are these days. Back in the day, it was expensive because, like I said, it's a little touristy.
Yeah.
But
that plate looks good. That looks just the ribs, and you get the sides, and
I like to have that professionally shot. But it's like there's this brand of food photography that makes it look fake and plastic.
Yeah.
It's a little too perfect, and this is that.
You think it looks too perfect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Have you ever been to a claim jumper before?
I've never heard of that. No.
Okay, it's a chain. It might have been more of a West Coast thing, but
I think so. That
chain.
The Claim Jumper kind of sounds like a West Coast thing.
Yeah, it had like a mining theme. It was pretty good though. But it was kind of like one of those places that's like it's kind of like a Texas Roadhouse situation where it's like premium food for normies. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not going to like a tasting menu.
Texas Roadhouse fucks.
But I'm not saying I didn't say it was bad. I said I like Claim Jumper and I like Texas Roadhouse. I'm just saying that like it's what like the average like working class person thinks of as like a night out place. You know, it's like, oh, like we're gonna splurge and we're going to Texas Roadhouse because it's $5 more expensive than our usual spot.
Right.
You know, like that's kind of how Claim Jumper was. And they did have like display case items in their like lobby or whatever that kind of reminded me of that style, like fake.
We gotta bring back display cases in restaurants.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah. And then they had the dessert section where it was actually real foods, but it was like the pies and the cakes and stuff.
Yeah. Luby's was big on that. Luby's was a cafeteria style restaurant back in the day.
We gotta bring back automats or whatever. You ever learn about those? Like the places
automat.
It's like, or I don't know if that's the term for it, but it's the places you could like they have them like New York City and shit, but like other cities too. But like it's the place where you could go and like you would just put coins into a machine and like somebody would put the food in like the thing you just put your coins into and you'd get food out of it and you didn't have to like it's not really so much that you didn't have to interact with anybody, it was just a really fast process. It's like there'd be like food items a la carte. Like so if you wanted mac and cheese, for example, there's a station for that. You put coins in, you get mac and cheese, right? Or you go to another station, you want a sandwich or you want ribs or something, there's a station for that. It's supposed to be very fast and quick, and it was kind of back in the era of like, you know, before there was as many labor laws, so the idea was you probably worked fucking like 16-hour days and you went there and quick and easy for food. Mm-hmm. Anyways, it's a fun concept. I would be into that. This practice of, I don't know about you guys, but I've stopped seeing like inedible garnishes on plates these days.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I remember like the big curly parsley that you can't really eat or whatever was big. And I don't see that as often anymore. When you go to restaurants, like they just put everything that you can eat on the plate, nothing else. That's good. Pork. Little peach cobbler with ice cream or something. Yeah, this place looks good. That person bring their fucking little shit dog in the place?
Yeah.
In a stroller.
That's fucking awful, dude.
Yeah.
And it's it's a restaurant. Like, does that dog need to be? I mean, I will say it's kind of a cute dog, but it's also a little shit yappy dog, so I don't like it.
Yeah, real.
That's good.
Hey, that reminds me, one of our neighbors is a person I've always heard like yelling for what I thought was their kid. Yeah. No, it's just their little yappy dog that they don't put on a leash and take outside, so it just runs off and she sits there yelling at it.
God, that's such a fuck. Is she white?
Oh, of course, fat white bitch.
Right, it's such like a white woman thing to do. Because even my mom's kind of the same way with her dogs, where it's like, I mean, she made some effort to try and train them, but like, it's still a thing where like I don't know if it's just a woman thing in general, but like, kind of like with kids or animals, just like repeating themselves and not like taking executive action, right? Like if I have to say something 3 times, I feel like I get to hit you, you know? Like
right.
if you're like a kid or an animal or something, you know, like, or a woman.
Based.
Like, I feel like there's a limit to how many times I repeat myself, and then I could just like kind of just like hit you with my fist, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, you know, like my mom when she wants to get her dogs in the house from the backyard because they've been out long enough or something, and she just sits there and yells for them. It's like, you know, they're having fun out there playing with each other or whatever. They're never gonna respond to your voice at this moment. You have to like go grab them or like threaten them with like getting sprayed or something, you know? You can't, like, they're not just gonna respond to your voice because they never have. So like, what's the fucking point of sitting there and repeating yourself? Anyways, that neighbor situation reminded me of that. I think a lot of people own pets that probably shouldn't have them. That's what I'm saying. I agree. The yappy dog also, that's the one below us, right?
No, this is someone that's like,
oh, it's a different one. Okay.
Nearby ones.
Plate looks pretty good. Nice little sandwich.
Oh yeah. We might want to start trying to wrap this up. We are dropping hella frames. I got to figure out what's wrong, because like you saw me open up Putty to run a speed test off of the wide server, and I'm at full 1 gig up and down in there. But there's something about it. There's something about the room, my office, the wire I run in here.
It's the ghost.
Yeah, it must. You know what? It did just start happening while I was in the shitter, and it started making ghost noises. So
I was gonna call out something I saw on the map recently, though.
Okay, go ahead.
This Mountain City area,
Yeah.
up in far northeast Tennessee. It's like weird. It's like an hour away from was it Johnson City over here? Like, because you have to take winding mountain roads and stuff. I was looking at like a plot of land, like somewhere. It's like up here or over here somewhere, like in these areas, like right next to like right up the road from the North Carolina border. And this little town of like Mountain City has surprisingly good looking food. I linked this place, the Suba's restaurant. Like surprisingly good looking food. It just looks solid.
I think maybe next week we do a Mountain City deep dive.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we could just do like kind of just maybe this.
Yeah, like what had the tip, just the tip.
Like basically everything that's past Johnson City, right?
Yeah, the tip. Yeah.
Okay,
the tip.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, I was gonna say, so maybe that's a little preview, but there was definitely is that Bluntville?
Blount.
Yeah, Blountville's where the airport is. That's Tri-Cities Airport. You're over in my neck of the woods here.
Yeah. It's funny because obviously, because Bristol. Yeah, Bristol.
Yeah, Blountville is not in Blount County.
Yeah.
No, it's weird.
Well, we have a Calhoun that's not in Calhoun County, so, yeah. Well, listen, Devin. What'd you learn tonight?
What I learned tonight?
What'd you learn on the show tonight?
That's what I learned. I learned that you're going to go do a basketball thing and take pictures of it.
Okay.
I don't think I really knew that it was a basketball thing before, so I learned that today.
Tony, what'd you learn on the show tonight?
I learned that Prude bought a lot of bags that he probably shouldn't have bought.
You had
By his own admission.
You had to sort through them. You don't know until you try it.
I mean, again, I feel like that's differing lifestyles between us. Like, I know without trying.
You're saying that, like, similar to your food, you just know if a bag's bad before you try it.
Yes.
Okay.
Tim, you learn anything important on the show tonight?
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't learn shit.
Yeah, that's kind of
you
one of
were missing for a little bit.
I was here. I kind of tuned out during the gear fagging. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
The gear friending, you mean?
Based.
Gear friending. Yeah, what he just said was gear bagging.
Oh yeah,
he said
that
gear
makes
bagging
sense.
because we're talking about bags.
That's what I said.
That makes sense.
If it sounded like anything else, that was because of his accent.
Yeah.
Don't discriminate, Appalachian American.
Yeah. So, well, anyways, we did after the bag stuff, we did do a map segment, just so you know, it wasn't just bags.
I was paying attention.
Okay, well, that wasn't gear friending, that was something else. Anyways, okay.
I learned.
Actually, you know what I really learned?
Oh,
sorry, I'm going back. I'm going back to me. I learned that they turned a bread company that got bought by Sarah Lee into a shitty food hall.
It's true.
Many such cases.
And I learned my office is haunted.
Oh, you already knew that.
You're right. Good. Hold up. Thrown up on stream. Absolute unit. Yep. Look at I am in awe at the size of this lad, by the way.
Yeah, and
you don't see that pairing a lot, by the way.
No.
Like I'm not gonna say she's skinny because she's healthy as well. But like,
right,
skinny compared to him.
Skinnier black woman, fat white guy combo. That's a rare one.
Unusual dynamic for sure.
Unusual dynamic.
I hope they're happy.
You know what? I do too. I do as well.
I hope she makes them like really big plates of soul food and he eats it all.
Yeah.
Well, you know, with the current state of black men,
do you blame her?
News that's come out lately.
Yeah, that right there is the Queen's food taster, no question. I don't know what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know what you meant by that. So
the very large man.
Oh, okay.
I see.
He ate all her food. That's what she died.
Okay. Well, hey.
Oh, another picture of them.
Yeah.
Big news. Just hit 40 ranged.
Wait, what? Hey, what one to end on? All right. Next week we're gonna be back on Wednesday. Hit that wedding party real quick. Hit the wedding party. Next photo. Yeah. Let's get a quick review on this. Wow, how are all his friends like normal sizes and he is literally like all of them combined?
All the pictures of wedding parties of this video is basically his.
Yeah. Also, hey, that one right there. Hold on, the other one with the black woman. Not bad taste. Yeah, not bad taste.
There's actually a lot of like.
Actually, if you go over, there's actually a lot of mixed race pairings.
There's an interesting trend
I don't know what's
here.
going on here, man. Y'all wilding over there.
This bitch has got like a pretty aggressive double chin for her size.
Well, it's because she's kind of doing the head back thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
All right. Back next week, Wednesdays, we'll have a full show.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. I'll be showing off my basketball photos. I may be talking about, hopefully, the secret burger I will be trying. A bunch of other fun stuff. You know, hey, who knows? Who knows? You know, nuclear war might start next week, and we'll have that to talk about.
True.
Oh, we didn't talk about the guy setting himself on fire.
Well, that was cringe.
Yeah, so let's just laugh at it real quick. You know what? In fact,
I mean, we talked about it a bit on the sports show, so I feel like
as we go to dark, as we go black. Let's just let's have a moment of silence for Aaron, and a moment of silence for Aaron Bushnell. But instead of silence, we just laugh that he's burning in hell. All right, everybody ready? You dumb son of a bitch.